Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Tap that screen. How about with live goal? Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Blay. Hey, friends. How's it going? Nobody's progressive. Hey, Emma. Oh, bad timing, Emma. She's out to get you. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys tapping that screen and helping out with the live goal. Erika and I are just about ready to get started here. If you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box or you can give us a ring if you're over on the tube. We're going to get the phone line opened up here momentarily. Filed this song under how did it's amazing that anyone ever thought that Freddie Mercury was uh, gay. I don't know why.
Did you say he was gay?
I know, right? I know you're shocked when you listen to this,
Breaking news.
right? It's like amazing if you were listening to. That's fun.
One of my favourite things is when British right wingers play Queen songs at like anti-immigration rallies, not understanding that Freddie Mercury
An
was
immigrant.
in fact a Middle Eastern
Yep,
gentleman.
yeah. Immigrant family and gay. Yes, yeah, absolutely amazing.
Hang on. Mike said Elton John is also gay. What the
Can we get
hell?
a source on that? I'm not sure.
Maybe someone would furnish us with the facts on Elton.
Your flat will be fine. What's funny, my my dad was really lucky. He got to see them. Forget if it was 75 or 76. He saw them when they came through here in New England. He got to see them, and I think he was a senior in high school, and a friend of his had gotten tickets, and he didn't know much about Queen, but he got to go see them, and I guess they had pretty good tickets, and my dad was like, "Yeah, it was pretty great concert, it was pretty awesome, and you know, and I had never heard a lot of those songs, and it was really great, et cetera, et cetera." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I was like, "Was it?" And this was years ago. I was asking about this, and I said to him, "I was like, Dad, was it weird? Back in the 70s, it said, if somebody who was gay who was fronting a rock band." He's like, "Well, nobody knew," and I was like, "You didn't know?" I'm like, look at it. It was like he's like it was like that was everybody. He's like look at it. He's like everybody. He's like him and Bowie and he's like every rock singer in the 70s. He's like, you could just dress like that. You'd be on stage. He's like, nobody cared. He goes, so it didn't really matter. He's like, if you dress like that on stage, it just nobody thought anything of it. So
No,
it was
it was
their
the
way to
same
express themselves.
in the 80s with like the new romantics and all the electronic music. Like everyone was purposefully dressing in a kind of androgynous
Androgynous way.
way,
Yep.
and that was the thing. People didn't know fucking Boy George was gay. Are you kidding me?
Well, hold
right?
on. I'm here to correct the misinformation.
Uh-oh.
Guys, according to our Lord and Savior, Nick Fuentes, Elton John and Freddie Mercury are totally straight. Elton John's married to a man. He can't be gay. Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, those people are gay because having sex with women is gay.
Oh, that's true.
So you guys are just really wrong, and I just had to come up here and correct the misinformation.
Wow. So thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. Why did you take your sleepy time gummy right when we're going on?
Because I forgot that it's Friday and I really wanted to take a nap.
Oh, okay. Well, fine.
My husband came home a day early so I don't have to mom, and I was like, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like nap time.
You're like, nap time. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Why don't you can fall asleep to the dulcet tones of Erika, and I'll try not to crash out so you can enjoy a nap. How about that?
I fall asleep to you crashing out every night, Matt. It's fine.
I was going to say there's got to be one day this week Matt doesn't crash out. Maybe today's the day.
Today's the day. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah, maybe today is the day, but probably not.
All right,
Popcorn,
love you guys. Bye.
Do you have my
God.
popcorn? Do you have my money yet?
Pay me my.
Yeah. No one fucking cares. You're still
You
banned.
paid up.
Everyone knows. By the way, guys, this is a
You
great
paid up.
opportunity for everyone to go to the first pinned video on my page
Yeah, look at my.
because everyone
look at my-
knows. In fact, I encourage you all to go look at Popcorn's video, which
What's the
shows
3 branches of-
absolutely fucking nothing. It only proves that I 100%
Matt
won the
didn't
bet.
know that the-
Popcorn even admits Popcorn even
the
admits
claim
in my
to-
video that he lost the bet and that he owes me the money.
You got.
The nervous laugh
You
shows
got-
you. Go watch my video. He even admits
You got-
that he lost the bet. He admits he lost the bet. He admits he
And
owes
then
me the
I
money.
realized
He
that-
admits that he owes me the money. He's a little bitch and he won't pay. God damn, dude. You are the most embarrassing person on all of TikTok. Literally the most embarrassing person on all of TikTok, and that's saying something because Montana exists.
Well, that's true. Ironically, I've heard Popcorn has to microwave his popcorn because he can't be trusted around hot oil. So he's cooking nothing unless it's, in the microwave. He can't make a sandwich with cold fillings,
He really can't. Man. It's so embarrassing too. I'd play the video again for like the 20th time, but everyone here is they've already seen it a million times. You guys have already seen it. But if you haven't,
You know,
#1 pin video on my page. I only have pinned it again just because Popcorn wants to make the rounds and do this. So I'm just reminding everybody that he does in fact owe me $500. Will never stop owing me $500, and there is video evidence of him admitting that he owes me $500. Never let him forget.
and I think it's key to point out also, Popcorn did, I don't know whether he still does, have a video where he shows it because he's saying Matt took a 2+ hours of debate and clipped it to 90 seconds. The problem, Popcorn has I don't know, an hour and a half of it, an hour of it, where he weirdly does not show the point at which he made the bet, or the point at which he says he won the bet. He finishes his hour clip just before that. Weirdly, I don't know why that is. I could, make a few guesses.
I can also make a few guesses. Let's see.
Popcorn coming up here and doing those things is like Melania Trump going out and making a statement about how she definitely didn't know Jeffrey Epstein. Do you know, like, it just makes everyone go, why are you doing that? That's weird.
It is weird. What else is weird is this thing. I've gotten 5 different people have sent this to me. 5. Okay, I guess I'll play this. A bunch of people. Meg has sent this to me. Crystal has sent this to me. A bunch of people have tagged me in this. So I will play this for you. This is from DHS tweeted this out. Oh, I forgot that I had this bit. Oh, actually, this works out for this video. Here. I don't ask me. I don't fucking. I don't know what the fuck anymore. Like, honestly.
The beginning of that was ever so slightly 50 Shades of Grey.
I think that was intentional. I feel like I fear that was intentional. What the fuck is going on? The fuck is wrong with these people who do social media for the government now? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
You know who they need to employ?
I
the people who are doing social media for Iran.
Yeah, I knew you were
That's
gonna say
who they need to. Whoever their agency is, get them. Like, get them on board immediately because they are excellent.
Absolutely. Yep, our tax dollars at work, such a waste. Yeah, let's talk to Christy Nome and all those folks. Yeah, God. They waste a shitload of money. That's crazy. the contracts that they've gotten.
I was watching. I can't remember who it might have been Hawk. Actually, it was one of the. I think it was Hawk. Made a video the other day about. He was like, I've been wondering to myself why Lego haven't sent a cease and desist to Iran to try. But then I remembered Lego is a Danish company. And what did Donald Trump threaten to do to Greenland? Lego are probably like, nah, guys, don't worry about our intellectual property. You just carry on. Erika Shante says, can you send that to her, please?
I've already done it, Erika. Other Erika, you got it. Done. Yeah, Ice trying to make thirst trap. I did. By the way, once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box over here on TikTok, or you can give us a ring on the phone line, and it's lots of fun. In fact, the phone line is working. It is open and available. Look, I just showed you right there. It is open and available. So if you're over on the tube and you'd like to talk to Erika and I, you can do that. Of course, friend, no problem. Also, I sent this to a couple of people because I saw this earlier, and I thought that this is one of the best things that I have seen. Because I don't know how many of you watched the Melania press conference, but this is one of the funniest fucking things. Actually, we'll do that in a minute. Hold on.
Are you going to show that thing that you sent to me?
I will, but we've got people here.
Oh,
hello. How's it going today?
Hello.
hi, Blair.
Hello. Can you give us your age and what state you voted in?
28, Illinois, and not for JB the Hutt. Do you know who JB the Hutt is?
I just asked you how old you are. I'm so sorry. I just asked you how old you were and what state you voted in. So I didn't really need any editorializing. Anyways, why do you still support Donald Trump?
Just giving you the political background.
Why do you still support Donald Trump?
I can tell you, I could criticize him right now.
I didn't ask you to criticize him. I just asked you why do you still support him right now?
Well, it's tough. There's what 2 years and some change left. You know, if we could get the mass deportations out, maybe I'd speak well on him.
So you don't support him?
Well, I feel like my vote. I was voting for 2016 Trump when he wasn't bought out by the PAC.
I'm sorry, PL. Listen, I didn't ask you why you supported. I don't want an explanation. I'm really tired of you guys not being able to answer a simple fucking question. I didn't ask why you supported him in 2016 or 2020 or 2024. I'm not asking why you might support him in the future. I'm not asking what you think he might do or what you hope he might do. I am asking in April of 2026, why do you still support him? What is he doing right now that you support in this moment? And if you don't support what he's doing in this moment and there's nothing that you can decide to tell us that you support, just say so.
Yeah, at the moment, I really don't support anything.
Great, so you no longer support Donald Trump?
I think he could change. Like, as long as we deport some people here.
I didn't ask you that question. You guys really have a problem with comprehension. You no longer, at this moment in time, support Donald Trump. You think you might support him again in the future, which is wild to say, but you just admitted that you... Dude, I'm in the middle of a sentence. You just admitted that you don't support him right now. Right?
Yeah, I'm not fine with him being Israel's bitch.
Well,
yeah. The ethno state of Israel, I'm not fine with them being their bitch.
Anyway,
so, there you go. 80% Jewish.
Thanks for coming up here. We only want to speak to Trump supporters.
Well,
fuck off.
Bye-bye. Also, Joe, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I whoop Adam's ass.
Joe, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I whoop big ass ass.
Yes, I did.
Hello?
I said yes, I did.
You have a lot of background noise. Can you go somewhere where there's not so much background noise?
I really do.
I'm sorry.
I literally can't understand what you're... Yeah, you'll have to come back. There's so much talking and different stuff going on in the background. If you could go somewhere where there's not, we would be happy to speak with you. Cool. So, yeah,
That sounded like a party line from the early 2000s.
Damn it, Erika. Stealing my lines. That was exactly what I was going to say. God damn it.
I might sound like a party line also, except my party line is with my dog who's barking at me right now.
That's okay. That's fantastic. Oh, man. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. we can all let's all have a chat, or you can give us a ring. Give us a ring. I'd like to have a conversation. Also, we've talked with PL enough times. We don't need to beat around the bush. We don't need to skirt it. He just wants to say things about why he voted for Donald Trump, or why he likes him, or why he thinks that things might be good. He also thinks that a lot of things Donald Trump is doing aren't far enough right, and et cetera, et cetera. And so we just don't care.
No, our bag of fucks is empty. Somebody in the comments, and I've lost the comment now. Oh, there we go. Money bag mo something. Says, "Hey guys, where could I find the video Matt just showed?" Matt, can you tell us where that video is available? I'm assuming like DHS social media.
It's on that video is on DHS's Twitter account, which is fucking wild. DHS Gov is where that's located at. So, hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 44, Missouri.
Okay, why do you still support Donald Trump?
As of right now, I'm not liking what he's doing, but, you know, things are going to get better. It's going to get a lot better when Trump gets done with this conflict in Iran.
So you're saying that you don't support what Donald Trump is doing right now?
Well, I don't like, he did say no wars, right? No new wars. Well, we have a conflict right now. And
no, sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. This is a war.
Oh, I was confused. Did Congress call it did Congress declare war yet?
Okay, so just checking. Did we go to war with Iraq?
Conflict?
Did we go to war with Iraq?
It was a conflict, sir.
Did we go to war with Afghanistan?
Who declared it a war?
Hold on, sorry, sir. I'm going to ask you a few questions. I just need yes or no questions. Did we go to war with Iraq in 2003?
No.
Did we go to war with Afghanistan at the same time?
No.
Did we go to war with Iraq in 1991?
No.
Did we go to war with Vietnam in the 60s and 70s?
No.
Did we go to war with Korea in the 1950s?
No.
Okay, so do you want to talk to all of the veterans of those wars and tell them that they didn't fight in wars?
Well, I thought if you want to go to World War II...
Do you want to talk... Sir, I'm sorry. I want to ask you a question. Do you want to talk to the veterans of those wars and tell them to their faces that they did not fight in wars?
Well, yeah, it's the truth.
What's the definition of a war, sir?
Well, when Congress actually calls it a war.
No, that's not. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you what. I didn't. I'm so sorry. I said, what is the definition of war? I didn't say when does Congress call it a war. I said, what's the definition of war?
Well, when we have two different countries that have splits on the ground and
wrong. No, war is a state of conflict between two states, nations, or other large-scale groups. And it does not have to involve, I'm so sorry, it does not have to involve boots on the ground. After December 7th, 1941, what did we do with Japan? Did we declare war on them? Did we have any boots on the ground in Japan, or did Japan have any boots on the ground with us?
No.
There you go. So war does not hinge on having boots on the ground. So your definition is fundamentally flawed. So war is simply a state of conflict between states, nations, or other large-scale groups. We have been in a state of war with Korea, with Vietnam, with Iraq twice, with Afghanistan, and now with Iran. The President of the United States has called it a war himself. You're just in denial. So anyways, he has started an entire fucking war.
I have to disagree.
I don't care if you disagree. That's just what the word is and what it means. You don't like definitions. That sucks for you.
Matt, quick question.
Yeah.
The Department of Defense. What's that called now?
The Department of war.
Okay, and who's the head of the Department of War?
That would be Pete Hegseth, Erika.
The Secretary of War, right? As he's now called.
Yeah, they've even changed the name on the building and changed his title and the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's also said this is a war, right? The head of the Department of War, otherwise known as the Secretary of War, has said that this war is a war, right?
That is correct.
Sounds like a war to me.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. I understand you want to call it a war.
No, sir. I'm sorry. If the President of the United States calls it a war, and the Secretary of War calls it a war, and the definition of war calls it a war, it's not an opinion. You're just wrong.
Well, you called it a state of conflict, right?
No, it's just a war, sir.
No, but you said the definition of war is a state of conflict. Now, can you tell me what does state of mind stand for?
What? Dude, why are you battling this? Why is this the hill you're going to die on? It's a war. Everyone knows it's a war. The president called it a war. The Secretary of War called it a war. It is by definition a war. Can we just move on?
Right. Sure, let's move on.
Cool. Thank you for admitting that was really fucking stupid to argue.
I didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I just said that it was because Jesus Christ, dude. Come on. You're a 44-year-old man. We're the same fucking age, basically, and you just can't, be like, hey, this is a fucking war. Come on. You're literally going to sit there and tell somebody who fought in Iraq they didn't fight in a war. You're going to sit there and tell someone who fought in Afghanistan they didn't fight in a war. I would love for you to go up to veterans and tell them to their fucking faces, hey, you didn't fight in a war. I dare you to go up to a Vietnam veteran and say, hey, you didn't fight in a war. I fucking dare you, just because you go, well, Congress didn't declare it a war, so I'm going to be pedantic and say it's not a war, even though it literally fits every single definition of a fucking war. Be for fucking real, dude.
Okay, hang on.
Well,
I'm going to a veteran right now.
No, this is what.
Right now. Hang on. I'm going to go ask the veteran like yes. Hey, sir. I want you to do me a big favor. So you went to war in Iran, in Iraq, in Afghanistan. Can you tell me, was it a war or a conflict? Was it a war or conflict? Was it a war or conflict? Conflict. Yes. That's what I thought. Thank you, sir.
I heard him say war.
He said war.
Like literally the first time.
He said war the first time. And by the way, how the fuck do we know that you're even talking to somebody who was actually fucking there?
Well, because he's here.
You know, this is the thing. I can just imagine what happened there. You went to, by the way, your wording was, you went to war in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's what you said. You went to war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Was that war a war or a conflict? You called it a fucking war. At the beginning of your sentence, you said you went to war.
Right. He said, no, it's a conflict.
You called it a war, sir.
I know.
At the beginning of your sentence.
Yes. Yes, that's
you
what
called
it said.
it.
You
Right.
said no.
Holy shit, dude.
Do I need
know.
to
Tell me
go
about
on?
it.
Do I need to go onto YouTube and replay to you the fact that you said you went to war in Afghanistan and Iraq, and after you said you went to war, you said, was it a war or a conflict? You fucking called it a war.
Yes, I did. I didn't say I didn't.
So it's a war.
It's a conflict, sir.
Again, the definition of a war is what?
A state of conflict.
Between two nations. What are we
Between two
in?
nations.
I'm
Sure.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. What are we in right now with Iran? An extended state of conflict between Iran, correct?
We're in a state of a conflict. Yes.
Extended.
Okay, extended conflict.
Yeah, it's been well over a month, hasn't it?
That's a little over. Yes.
Correct. They're firing on our bases. We're firing at their country. Service members have been killed. There have been hundreds of injuries on our side, and then we've killed a bunch of their people as well. It is the literal definition of a war. The President of the United States has called it a war. The Secretary of War has called it a war. Multiple other people in the administration have said that it was a war. Senator Markwayne Mullen called it a war. There are a lot of people who have used the term war because it is a war. I am so sorry that you want to call it a conflict. You can call it a conflict if you want. You're just fundamentally wrong, and you do not understand basic dictionary definitions. I'm sorry that you're fucking stupid.
Well, the thing is, there's this words and phrases are sometimes what we call synonyms to one another, which means that essentially they mean the same thing. A state of conflict, particularly a state of armed conflict, is a war. They are synonyms for one another. They mean the same thing. What in your mind, sir, what is the fundamental difference between a state of armed conflict and a war? What's the difference?
Conflict is kind of like a disagreement, a clash between two parties that may or may involve violence.
Right, so what's a war then?
War is an intense and often formally declared state of armed conflict. Now, you said conflict.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna
No,
correct
it's
you.
not.
Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
it
It's
isn't, though.
armed conflict. Yes, it is. It's an armed
have you
conflict.
And
Are you aware of books called dictionaries? Are you aware of them? Have you ever looked up the word war in a dictionary?
Where do you think I just got it from, ma'am?
Well, and the dictionary says that in order to be a war, it has to be declared a war by Congress.
That's right. You want me to read that to you?
Yeah, sure. You read us your dictionary definition.
Of what? War or conflict?
War.
War is a intense and often formally declared state of armed conflict between nations or states.
What dictionary is that, sir?
It's the Webster.
No, it's not. That's hold on. Wrong. I have Merriam-Webster right here because I have the definition on the screen from Merriam-Webster. The actual definition that you didn't read is a state of usually open and declared armed hostile conflict between states or nations. Usually. Oh, that isn't what you just read. It's almost like you just modified the definition to fit what you fucking wanted, you fucking liar. Why did you modify the definition to fit what you wanted, you fucking liar?
Modify it.
Then why do I have Merriam-Webster right here on the fucking screen and I just read the fucking definition as it actually exists?
I wish I could take a picture and show it to you.
Cool. Cool story, bro.
I'm not lying.
One thing, I don't know where he's claiming that he's reading it. Like if he's like physically reading a book in front of him or if he looked it up.
Yeah, I have a book.
But you have a book in front. Okay, cool. So he could you read that definition slowly one more time?
Yes. Right. War is a intense and often formally
okay, you can stop.
Of armed.
Yeah, you can stop. War is an intense and often formally declared conflict. Often? Interesting.
So what else would you call it? Yeah, what else would you call it?
Why does the word often have to appear in that definition? That implies that it's not always.
It's not always, exactly. So what would we call it? That's my
A
question.
war.
A war. Okay, so we're awfully going to call a war, maybe call it something else, call it a war? That don't make sense, sir. What else would we
No,
call it?
often in that
So-
definition means that it does not actually have to be formally declared. Here,
Oh, cool.
I'll
Really?
change.
Hold on,
I'll give you an
No,
example
Mr.
of.
Ball,
Here,
no, you
let
got-
me
no,
just
hang
let me
on,
just
we're
give you an
going back. No,
example
stop,
because
stop,
it's
stop,
clear
stop.
that you don't understand what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, if
No,
I
do
say,
understand what you're saying. What you're saying
Oh,
is wrong.
cool.
Can I
Okay.
can I tell you exactly what you said? You said that a war cannot actually be declared, right? So what does
What?
Congress have to do?
no,
You
no, no,
said
no,
that
no.
war-
I never
yes,
said that.
You did. Yes, you did.
Okay, so
You
again,
said
I
war
never
does
said that.
not-
I'm going to go ahead and go back to my analogy that I was about to give you. If I said 1 + 1 is 2,
Okay,
what do you think that means?
that's the answer.
Okay, so it means that 1 + 1 is 2, right?
Yeah. What
Now-
are you gonna do? Tell me often it's gonna be 3?
Well, no, if I say 1 + 1
Okay.
is often 2, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm laughing. I can't. Sorry. You tell me, sir. What does it mean?
Shall I answer, Nemo?
Please do.
It would imply that sometimes 1 and 1 isn't 2. So that would be untrue of that statement. It would not be true that 1 and 1 are often 2 because they're always 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
If this is your way of coping with the fact that you made a colossal fuck up of a vote, then I don't know, man. You're gonna have to go ahead and pony up the cash for therapy or something, because this is not gonna work for you.
Well, how's that? Tell me where I fucked up.
You voted for Donald Trump. That's where you fucked up.
Oh, so do I have a right to vote for who I wanted to?
Do I have a right to go outside and scream all sorts of horrible racial slurs? Yes. Does that mean that I fucked up if I did? Absolutely.
So you can't answer my question. Got you.
I literally just
Literally
did.
just did.
Well,
Having the right
said
to
yes.
doing okay, here. I'll explain it for you even more clearly because it's obvious
Awesome.
that examples are just beyond you. This is the second time now. So, all right. Having the right to do something and doing something being okay, not the same thing.
So you're saying it's not okay for me to go out and vote?
I'm saying that it's not
I'm lost
okay
here.
for
I'm
you
lost
to
in the
vote for
thought,
Donald
buddy.
Trump.
Help me out here.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so-
I'm saying that you voting for Donald Trump, not okay.
Okay, so why can I not vote for Donald Trump?
Bro.
No, you can.
Oh my God.
I'm
Oh,
saying
I can.
it's not
But to
okay.
your definition, right, to you,
I can punch you in the face, right?
you could.
Okay. Does that make it okay?
Not in my eyes, it wouldn't, no.
Okay. So my point
Not for
is
you.
that you can vote for Donald Trump. That doesn't
Oh,
make
awesome.
it a good decision.
Gotcha.
There you
I
go.
agree.
Good job. There you go. So we've finally figured out what was being said. Good. Glad we got
Right.
there. Wow. Holy cow. That took you a long
Let
time
me
to
guess,
understand
let me
that.
guess. Did you guys vote Green Party or did you vote for Kamala?
Anyways, getting back to your vote because
Oh,
we're
okay.
talking about
Oh.
Donald Trump. Yeah, we can
okay.
we can talk about our political beliefs in a minute. I know you'd like to pivot away from this because you're looking like a fucking idiot at this point in time. But
Oh, no, continue.
let's-
Continue, please.
Thanks. I will. It's almost like it's our show and not yours. I'll do whatever the fuck I
Right.
want. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
problem.
so the fact is that you voted for somebody who screamed over and over again, and so did J.D. Vance, and so did Stephen Miller, and so did everybody else who was associated with his campaign, that there was going to be no new wars under his presidency. And boy, howdy, he immediately started a fucking war a year into his presidency. Don't you look like a fucking idiot for voting for somebody who lied to your face, huh?
Sure. If we actually were in war, sir.
Okay, great. So just to be clear, when Donald Trump was talking about Joe Biden starting wars, he was lying, right?
Oh, no.
No, hold on. Time out. Because you just said that your definition of war means that Congress has to declare war. Joe Biden didn't start a single war, right?
He started conflict.
No, he didn't. He didn't, in fact, start a single conflict because what conflict? Hold on. Time out now. Time out. What conflict did Joe Biden start, number one? And number two, what conflict did Joe Biden start where he had to send American troops in that died? I want an answer to both questions.
Yeah. They pick up the people from Iraq. Not Iraq, sorry. Yeah, Iraq, the ones that he got in the lives of 13 people.
Hold on, time out. Number one, that was Afghanistan, and Joe Biden didn't start that. Joe Biden didn't start the conflict in Afghanistan. It started 20 years before he became president. Bud, that's number one. Number two, the reason that those service members died was because of Donald Trump's terrible exit plan that he came up with before Joe Biden became president, and then invited Taliban members to the White House to negotiate with terrorists, and then made sure that 5,000 of them got released against the wishes of the Afghani government, and those people got our service members killed. So no, that wasn't a conflict that Joe Biden started, and Joe Biden didn't put those service members in harm's way. Try again.
Sure. So Trump was the president at the time,
I'm
correct?
so sorry. I said try again. I want to know which conflicts Joe Biden started. You're wrong about Afghanistan. You didn't even know it was Afghanistan, bud. Don't even.
Well,
you suck at this.
You know exactly what I'm going to say.
I literally didn't because it wasn't Iraq. Anyways, so which conflicts did Biden start? I'm waiting for your answer, sir.
I just told you.
No, that wasn't a conflict. Okay, so Biden started the conflict in Afghanistan in 2002.
What happened when?
But Joe Biden started the conflict in Afghanistan in 2002, sir. Really?
After those 13.
Sir,
13, yes.
sir, sir, Jesus fucking Christ. You are going to sit here and argue that Donald Trump didn't start a war in Iran when we are literally in a war. He's called it a war. Pete Hegseth has called it a war. It fits every definition of a war. But you're going to say that Joe Biden started the conflict in Afghanistan, which started 20 years before he became president, was not his fault, and the people who died were a result of Donald Trump and his plan and him getting 5,000 Taliban members released, and you're going to sit there and say that that was somehow Joe Biden's fault? I said, what conflicts did Joe Biden start? I want an answer, and Afghanistan, which started in 2002, isn't a fucking answer. Now man the fuck up and say which conflicts Joe Biden which ones he started. Go.
Sure, I was going to.
No, you weren't, because you haven't fucking done it. Go.
Okay, here we go. You ready? After the 13 soldiers was unalive, what happened 2 days afterwards? What happened? Oh,
I'm waiting for you to tell me which conflicts Joe Biden started. Anytime.
Right. So who did Biden drone in 2 days after the conflict? Whenever the
a drone strike is not a conflict, sir.
Oh, but it wasn't Afghanistan. But what did he do? You remember?
Sir, you seem to be confused. I thought you said you were 44 years old. I didn't know that you were fucking 80 with fucking Alzheimer's. If you can't answer the question, I'll move on to someone else who has a half a fucking brain.
I did answer your question.
No, you didn't. I said, which conflict did Joe Biden start? You have not answered the fucking question. I'm waiting. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck can't you answer a simple fucking question? Is it because Joe Biden didn't start any conflicts and now you realize that arguing your stupid fucking definition of what war is means that Donald Trump lied to your fucking face by saying that Joe Biden started wars, quote unquote, because he didn't. He didn't start a single fucking war, and now you have to sit there and pretzel yourself to figure out a way to say that Joe Biden started wars, but Trump isn't. Good fucking luck. And by the way, here's one of my veteran friends who didn't fight in that war that didn't exist. It wasn't a war.
So just from my understanding, buddy, are you implying that Afghanistan and Iraq were not wars? Just for my own edification.
No, they're a conflict between two states.
Okay, so Vietnam was not a war.
Vietnam was not a war either.
Okay, Korea wasn't a war.
Mm-mm.
Pardon?
No.
He's already said no to all. He said no to all of this, and I asked him. I said, "Would you stand toe to toe with a veteran and say this to their faces?" And he says, "Yes, I would."
So just for my own understanding as well, why then does the VFW allow membership for Afghanistan and Iraq veterans when the criteria for being a member of the VFW, which I don't know if you know what VFW stands for, but it's Veterans of Foreign Wars. Why does it allow us to be members?
Because you guys are veterans of war.
But wait, I'm confused.
I just said war.
I'm confused.
No,
I'm confused.
I'm going to help you out here. That's what they call it. Everybody calls
my brother
it war,
in Christ.
right?
My brother in Christ. My brother. No.
Amen.
I would love for you. I would love for you to. You don't. I wouldn't. I don't want you to tell it to me, right? I don't give a fuck what you think of what I did when I served in the military. I don't really care. I would love for you though, and I'll be more than happy to provide you with her contact information. I would love for you to explain to my dear friend Debbie Ward that her son didn't lose his life in a war. I'd love for you to explain that to her. That'd be great.
Right.
More than happy to provide you with her contact information. She's a lovely woman, but I'd love for you to explain to her that her son, Christopher, did not lose his life in a war.
Would you mind if I read you something, sir, about the Vietnam War? Okay.
We're not talking about Vietnam, buddy.
Hang on.
Somebody brought it up. Someone said Vietnam War. I want to read it.
Stop. You can't read us anything about the Vietnam War because by your definition, the Vietnam War never happened.
Also, just so we're all on the same page here, I only came in for the tail half of this, but I guarantee I know more about the Afghanistan pullout than you do. And the loss of those 13 service members is directly related to what Donald Trump did. And we know this to be true because before Joe Biden was even president, Donald Trump, during his administration, had convened a council in the United States Congress that was meant to oversee the pullout, right? They'll be very important here in a moment. Don't worry. Then, when Donald Trump lost the election and his administration handed everything over to Joe Biden, they didn't hand over like any plan at all. And we also know this to be true because the Biden administration, and I want to say about February of 2021, they had to start an interagency investigation to figure out what the fuck was going on. So a bunch of federal agencies like the FBI, NSA, SEXY, like a bunch of federal agencies had to do like some investigating to figure out what's going on. And then also that like Congressional Council that started under the Donald Trump administration, they're the ones that got with Joe Biden and were like, hey, this like original templated plan, the timeline for it is just not, it's not obtainable given like the information that we have. So we need to delay this. So because the Trump administration failed to hand over any requisite information to the Biden administration during that transition of power, that directly resulted in the loss of those service members' lives. So yes, the 13 service members that died in Afghanistan are a direct result of the incompetence of the previous administration.
Right. Honest question. Okay. Between the time frame when Trump handed over,
I would like you to either acknowledge that what I've just said is in fact the case, or just flat out concede.
No. Everything you say is 100%.
So then you agree that the 13 members that lost their lives are at the hands of Donald Trump?
No, and I'll explain
why. So
why.
that you just said everything I just said is true.
Yes, everything you said was true.
Yes.
But there's more to
so
it.
Donald Trump is directly responsible for those 13 service members who lost their lives.
And no, I can explain why,
yes.
please.
No.
Okay. What was the time frame Trump handed over these so-called no plans to Biden?
He didn't hand over any plans.
Okay, no plans. So what time frame, how long did it take for Joe Biden to go, oh, okay, we are going to Afghanistan?
We're going to Afghanistan? Did you just say, how long did it take for Joe Biden to decide we're going to Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Well, Joe Biden wasn't the vice president or president in 2001 when we initially invaded Afghanistan, or 2003 when we invaded Iraq. So no, he didn't.
I'm talking about the 13 soldiers, sir.
They were already there.
Yes, but I'm talking about picking them up. How long did it take for Joe Biden?
Do you understand? Do you understand the concept of?
Sir. You just won't answer.
Do you? No. I don't think you. Yes. I don't think you understood a single thing I just said. When federal agencies have to launch interagency investigations, how long do you think those take?
I can't think of a certain number.
Do you give me a ballpark? How long do you think that might take?
I give you the wrong answer, probably.
I guarantee that you would. As somebody who still works like in the realm of like, government agencies and like the defense industrial base, I can guarantee you that you have no fucking idea. So again, when Donald Trump transitioned to Joe Biden in January of 2021 with the original pullout timeline of, I believe, March was the original pullout timeline? It may have been March or May, one of the M months. We then were going to pull out later in the year on September 11th, which I think is just a little fucking crass, but that's neither here nor there. And then we had to adjust that timeline because the deal that was struck between the Trump administration and the Taliban, we left nothing in place to ensure that the Taliban were actually upholding their end of the deal, and they began attacking again. They began attacking again more before Donald Trump even left office, so they were already going back on their end of the bargain. We also know this to be true because the vice president of Afghanistan had to flee and said on international television that the United States of America was making a massive mistake by withdrawing from Afghanistan with no mechanisms in place to ensure that the Taliban upheld their end of the bargain, and said, quote, "The violence will continue. The violence has continued." So they were already going back on their end of the bargain anyway. And so Donald Trump, despite that, proceeded to draw down our troops to numbers that they had not been since the initial invasion. So again, Donald Trump is directly responsible for what happened. Because again, of those people that he just decided to release, that he had no authority to release at all, one of those people is directly responsible for perpetrating that attack. So any way you slice this, it's Donald Trump's fault.
I disagree.
So how did Joe Biden release the person that conducted the attack?
Say again?
The individual that conducted the attack that resulted in the loss of those 13 lives?
Mm-hmm.
How is Joe Biden responsible for his release?
Right. So
how is Joe Biden responsible for his release?
Of whose release?
Again, is it a comprehension issue or am I just saying it too fast?
You might be saying it too fast.
I don't think that I am. I'm being very, very clear and concise. So the individual that perpetrated the attack that resulted in the loss of 13 service members, you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
He was released by Donald Trump before Joe Biden was the president.
Mm-hmm.
How is Joe Biden responsible for that person's release?
Joe Biden is not responsible.
Okay, so that person, we agree, was released by Donald Trump. Yes?
Yes.
That person then proceeded to attack that gate, and we lost 13 service members, correct?
Correct, unfortunately. Yeah.
Would that person have been released if Donald Trump did not release him? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Yes and no.
Okay. Would that person have been able to attack the gate if Donald Trump did not release him?
Right.
Yes or no?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say yes.
So he would have been able to attack the gate if Donald Trump didn't release him?
No.
Oh, okay. So then Donald Trump is directly responsible for it.
Okay.
You've literally just walked down the road with me. Thank you for agreeing that Donald Trump is responsible for the deaths of those 13 service members.
Right. So you took the time listening to you. Now I just have one simple question to ask you.
I need you to say the words.
Say what words?
Donald Trump is responsible for the deaths of the 13 service members in Afghanistan.
No. I want everybody in the chat to realize they will not answer my one simple question.
You literally just walked down the road with me, hand in fucking hand.
Sir, can I
say
ask one small question?
No. Say it.
That's because you know what I'm going to say. No, Joe Biden.
I have no idea what you're going to say, and I don't care what you're going to say. I want you to say that Donald Trump is directly responsible for the deaths of those 13 service members.
But no, the question with the timeline, if you ask, let me ask a question.
No, you can ask a question after you acknowledge what I have just said and you say it. Then you can ask whatever the fuck you want.
Nope. I believe that Joe Biden's one's responsible.
Except Joe Biden, as you have acknowledged and admitted to, Joe Biden did not release that member of the Taliban. That member of the Taliban would not have committed that act if Donald Trump had not released him. You've already admitted this. So now I need you to say, no. I need you to say it. After you say it, you can ask whatever the fuck you want, because otherwise all you're doing is just like, this is the cognitive dissonance. Like, this is it. Like, this is on full display, my guy. Like, you are part of a cult because you are incapable of acknowledging anything else other than the fabricated reality that has been crafted for you, because you've already admitted in front of over 1,000 people that this person would not have been able to commit this act if Donald Trump had not released him. Ergo, vis-a-vis, ipso facto, other Latin phrases, it's literally impossible for this person to have committed this act unless Donald Trump released him. This means Donald Trump is responsible for. Point blank, period.
Can I ask you a question now?
No.
After you say it.
Hang on. No. Thick. Ask me who played in the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, I don't even know the answer.
I know.
to
No,
that
it's
question.
okay.
Who
Just
played
ask.
in the
It's
Super
okay.
Bowl?
Just ask. You don't have to know the answer.
Who played in the Super Bowl this year?
It was the Patriots and the Seahawks.
Oh, I thought it was Bad Bunny.
Yeah, right. Ask me what the score of the game was.
What was the score of the game?
The score was Seahawks 29, Patriots 13. Now, ask me if the Seahawks won the game.
Did the Seahawks win the game?
What I want to tell you is that the Seahawks played in the game and the Patriots played in the game, but now I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're fucking doing.
That's what you're doing, sir. That's what you're doing. You've admitted the score of the game. And the score of the game, and I fucking hate to make that analogy, but I'm really trying because I think that you need something really fucking stupid, like a fucking football analogy, to make this one stick. So the score of the game is Donald Trump 13, Biden 0. So if Donald Trump is 13 and you've admitted that it's 13 because he's the one who released the guy that did the scoring, then who is responsible for the fucking 13 points?
Why did Biden take
Who is responsible for the 13 points as you have admitted? What is his name?
His name is Joe Biden.
So Joe Biden released the guy from prison when he wasn't president, right?
I'm not talking about the guy.
The guy who did the killing was the one who was released from prison by Donald Trump. So how was that Joe Biden's fault?
You're saying one guy unalived all 13 people?
He was the one who led that attack, yes.
Oh, so he himself, one person, killed all 13 people.
I'm going to explain something to you because I don't think you understand. No. I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain this. So shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. So yes, I don't think you understand anything about. Well, you don't call them wars, right?
No.
So, yes, he did. There are these things called vehicle-borne IEDs, and there are these things called person-borne IEDs. You guys colloquially refer to them as S-vests, but yeah,
I've never heard of that.
I don't think you understand this at all.
Thick, can I have a go, please?
By all means.
Okay. Sir, have you ever heard of something? Have you ever heard of something called a bomb?
What did you say?
Have you ever heard of something called a bomb? B-O-M-B.
B-O-M? Of course.
Okay. So there's you thinking that this fella is got the nunchucks and has got I don't know, throwing stars and a bunch of knives and a bunch of pew-pews, and he's doing some kind of John Woo movie. Right, when actually what the guy did was he strapped a B-O-M-B to himself and he went in there with a B-O-M-B. He wasn't John Wooing all over the place and he unalived himself along with those people. And the fact that you don't even know the circumstances under which the people at Abbey were unalived just shows that you shouldn't be fucking talking about this. You shouldn't be talking about it. You shouldn't be talking about it at all because you have not even done the basic research to understand what occurred at Abbey, how it occurred, anything, not one thing. And you saying, so was that guy John Wick? It doesn't make anyone look stupid apart from you because you didn't even know what happened.
Also, and I've said this, if I've said this once, I've said it 1,000 times. Unless you're going to go raise your right hand and enlist, shut the fuck up about service members. Point blank. Period. Stop using us as a political cudgel. You, and as far as I'm concerned, the rest of America writ large hasn't actually given two shits about veterans for the better part of the last 3 decades, because you and the party that you have elected and continue to fucking elect deems that it is far more appropriate and frankly far cheaper to put service members in coffins than it is to provide us with health care after we get back from, not war, evidently. So until you go raise your right hand and you go solemnly affirm or swear to defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, keep us out of your fucking mouth.
Well, it's kind of too late. I'm 44 years old.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I don't give two fucks about anything that you have to say, because clearly you don't know anything about what you're talking about. Whereas I had to live this for almost 2 decades.
Right. Did you not tell me I need to go raise my right hand?
Yeah, go enlist.
I know exactly what you meant. And I
go
told
enlist.
You I can't because I'm 40. I can't.
You sure can, bud. You can absolutely get an exemption. Here are the numbers. Right, I turned 43 this year. You can absolutely get an exemption. Here are the numbers. Have at it.
Go enlist. They got waivers for everything, buddy.
Yep.
Actually, I can't. I'm
sure you
they got
can.
waivers for everything, buddy.
That to be clear, the army,
right.
the army very recently increased its enlistment age to 42, as the max, and that's without a waiver.
That's without a waiver.
That's without a waiver. So you being 44, that's only 2 years for your, I guess, age max. So yeah, no, you could totally get a waiver for that.
They'll waive it.
No,
Yeah.
probably good if I did.
Age maxing. I'm telling you, sir. Age maxing is all the rage right now.
It really is. And by the way, so if you look at the screen, so the number on top is the Army. So 888-550 Army. That's the number right at the top. Do you want to make the call? Do you want to do like a 3-way call with us right now? You want to do the call right now, or when do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, great. Do it. All right, go.
All right. I'm waiting.
Oh,
you want me to do it?
You're the one who cares so much about service members, evidently. So you go ahead and make the call.
Yeah, we're waiting. I can't.
I can't make a 3-way call on this phone. I'm sorry.
Sure you can. Sure you can.
No, I can't.
You're lying.
No, actually, I can't.
You can't make a 3-way call on the phone you're on?
Not my company.
Was the phone manufactured in like 1961? What the fuck?
Nemo, he's on a Nokia 3210.
Great. What kind
you could make 15-way calls on that phone.
What kind of phone do you have? Quick, what kind of phone do you have? Say it. What kind of phone? Go.
Hang on. I gotta look at the name. Give me a minute. It's a. My God, it has no name on it. A Poly. P-O-L-Y. I don't know if that's even the name or not. There's no name on the front of the phone. It's a cheap phone. If you want the model number, I'll give you the model number. Made in China.
What? Oh wait, is it a voice over IP? Are you like on a landline?
Yes.
You can make a 3-way call. Holy shit, it's a voice over IP phone. I know exactly the type of phone. It's a Polycom. You can 100% make a 3-way call very easily. Do you want me to teach you how to do it? It's a Polycom. I know those phone systems.
It's connected to an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, it's a voice. I just said it's voice over IP. It's real easy. You want me to teach you how to do it?
Hold on.
Yeah, it's a Polycom.
I told you I would call.
Great, let's do it right now. Let's go.
No, I'll do it. If you make the phone call,
so you have a conference button on there. Hit the conference button.
There's just a screen.
Yeah, I know. You have to menu over to it. It's fine. You can do it.
Big talk from a dude who is evidently just completely incapable of making a 3-way fucking phone call.
Hang on.
I've got to run for a meeting, but caller, keep our name out of your fucking mouth.
Thank you, Vic. We appreciate you.
I can tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you what's going to happen.
I know what's going to happen.
Okay. when he finally works out how to do a conference call, he's then gonna call them and he's gonna say, I'd like to enlist in the army, but I'm 44, so I'm too old, right?
Yeah.
Hey, boss, can you switch my call to your cell phone? Because I gotta call somebody.
Switch
What?
my call to your cell phone.
Yeah, they're connected. Hang on. I'm gonna do
What
this.
in
Don't
the
think I will.
fuck?
Hang on. I gotta wait for him to get his cell phone.
I gotta say, as someone who spent, I guess, about 10 years roughly doing tech support at varying levels, I had to help a lot of boomers. Okay,
awesome.
Just that's the
What's
name
the
of the
phone
game,
number?
right? Okay, I had
number?
to help a lot of
Matt,
boomers
hang
with
on, who wants to
technology.
know what the phone number is, Matt?
Okay.
What's the phone number?
888
Okay.
550
Okay.
ARMY.
ARMY. All right, give me a second.
I had to help a lot of boomers with technology, and somehow this guy at 44 years old is on the same level as them, which you would think.
You would think.
No.
To be fair, I've never made a three-way phone call in my life.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
Okay, so this is an Android phone. I don't know how to make a three-way call, to be honest. How do I do it?
You're not on the Android phone with us, so you can't.
I am now. I'm on my boss's cell phone.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it does work because it's all connected to the same line, sir. Each
The same
has
line?
its own number. Yes.
Hang on, let me go. I'm on an Android. Let me go see.
Yes, that's how it works. There's one cell phone, one landline per department. Okay. If the landline calls and nobody answers, it goes straight to the cell phone. If the other guy,
you know, you're on a call now. Go to are you on the screen where it shows all the call information and everything?
The phone number, yes.
Yeah, there's a little button with a plus that says add call.
Oh, add call. Oh, okay. Thank you. That makes sense.
I mean, it was right in front of you, dude.
And Y. Okay.
Put it on speaker.
Be on the line soon. If your preferred language is Spanish, please press 0. For quality and training purposes, this call may be monitored or recorded.
Army doesn't
Please
care if
also
you speak
review our
Spanish.
privacy policy at goarmy.com/privacy.html.
I hope there's a recruiter that's just
If you want information
down
about
on
joining
his
the Army,
quota.
please press 1. If you're a family member, active duty, or retired soldier, or have a general question, please press 2.
Which one should I push? 1 or 2?
But
press 1.
One.
You want to join?
One, you're joining.
But you guys are talking. I can't hear.
Thank you for calling the Go Army Contact Center. My name is Tyler. How may I help you today?
Yes, sir. I was calling to see if I could enlist in the Army at my age, sir.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 44 years old.
So the current age is from 17 to 35.
Yes.
They are raising the age to 42 years old starting on April 20th.
April 20th. Okay.
Yes.
So is there is there a waiver or anything I can get to join the military? Something about that I'm good enough to, my health is good enough to be in the military at 44.
I'm not exactly sure. What I can do is get some information from you, and I'll send it off to the local recruiters, and they'll be able to answer the questions for you if you'd like.
Okay.
What is your first and last name?
We'll let you handle that. Have a good one.
I fucking called it. Every day of the week I called it.
How much you want to bet that motherfucker hung up the phone so damn fast?
So fast. So fast. Oh, hey, we're getting a phone call. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did. This is the same guy who called the army. Where'd you go?
I hung up the phone so that you wouldn't give us your personal information in front of 1,500 people. I was letting you talk to the army recruiter.
Right. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there's no waiver for a 44-year-old joining the military. So.
No. We heard what he said. What he said was, give us your information. I'm not sure. We'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. So wait a second. You got off the phone way too fucking fast. You didn't give that guy your information.
No, because what he said. Did he say yes or no?
He said he didn't know.
He said,
okay,
this
then
is exactly
you're wrong too.
Stop. He said, I don't know. I can find out for you and we'll send you out some information. So in order for you to receive that information, you would have had to have given him your details. I did not have long enough to finish the fucking sentence. I called it that he's going to say, I'm too old for this. Are you sure?
I didn't say that. It's about the waiver, just like you guys said. I couldn't join anyway because of my bum knee, but at least I still tried.
Your bum knee? What kind of knee bumming are we talking about here?
Yeah, so you know that little cap that's on the front of your knee? Well, in 1996, it ended up in the back of my knee in football.
Okay.
When I was a freshman in high school. If you want to do the math for my age, go around ahead.
Dude, I said we were about the same age. You're a year older than me. I know when you were a freshman in high school. I'm not. That's fine. But the bottom line is that when that guy said, we'll find out, give us your information, you cowardly hung up the fucking phone because it just goes to show that you're just all fucking talk and you would not give them your information because you would never do that shit.
Right. You said...
No, sir. I want you to acknowledge exactly what just fucking happened.
Wow.
You just hung up the fucking phone. No, sir. No, sir. We're done. We're done with your gaslighting.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So just admit it. You're a fucking cuck.
A what?
A cuck.
A cuck? What's a cuck?
Wow.
Look it up. Use your dictionary.
My Weber dictionary.
This really is boomer energy.
No, but you guys,
you're younger than. Shut the fuck up. You're younger than me.
You guys said there's a waiver, but he didn't know anything about a waiver. He had to look it up.
You are young. I'm going to keep talking. You are younger than me, yet you can't use a fucking phone. You're my knee. What?
You talking to your boss again? Motherfucker, how are you still employed?
I'm a good employee.
What the fuck do you do for work?
I make tires.
You make tires?
Not while he's on a phone call, he doesn't.
This man has called the fucking Army recruitment office after spending 10 minutes not knowing how to do a three-way phone call and has talked to his boss at least 2 times.
3 times. 3 times.
3 times. 3 separate times on things completely unrelated to work. What in the fuck, man?
Not just that, Nemo. He borrowed his boss's phone to make the phone call.
Right? I'm so happy that you did that. Dude, I got to tell you, recruiters, oh man. If they need to hit a quota, man, let me tell you, they are fucking persistent. The Navy called me, and I didn't even express interest. I just took the fucking ASVAB. Navy called me up and was like, hey, wanna join the Navy? Be a bunch of men on a big ass steel boat for months on end. You want to do that? You're smart.
Yeah. So I'm going to read something to you. Generally, no. As of 2026, the U.S. Army maximum enlistment at the age of 42. While age waivers are common for, say, a 41-year-old, a 44-year-old is likely outside the maximum waiver limit, typically between 42 and 43.
And it's weird because I know that you're reading the like AI thing or whatever it is, but I also have a thing. What's that?
That's just not. It's the USAMN.
Oh, that's fun because I also have one here that pulls from Go Army, and they say that they allow recruits to join up to their 43rd birthday, and then waivers are considered on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. Go Army? Let's find out. Go Army.
So anyways, why didn't you just give the information to the recruiter so that they could call you back and confirm it one way or the other? Why did you hang up? Is it because you're scared? Is it because you were scared that they might actually call you back? Is that why?
Right.
Hang on, I'm past this. I want to know why it is you wouldn't give them your information.
Right. I'm not going to give them information when I have a bum knee.
Got it. So you're scared. You're scared.
Nope.
You're scared.
I got a bum knee.
You're scared.
I couldn't get joined anyway.
Except for the fact that they didn't tell you couldn't join. They said, we'll get back to you with information, and you fucking pussed out and hung up the phone because you're a fucking coward, and yet you want to call us up and you want to tell my friend who fucking served in Afghanistan and who fucking lost his friends that he didn't serve in a fucking war. You fucking coward.
In 1999,
you fucking coward. You couldn't even give them your fucking phone number. You fucking coward. You are a fucking coward. You are a fucking coward because you'll call up anonymously on the internet and call somebody who served that they're not a real vet, that they didn't serve in a fucking war, and that their friends didn't die in a fucking war when you won't even give someone your fucking phone number. You fucking coward! You are a fucking coward! You are a fucking coward! You piece of shit!
Are you done?
You're a fucking coward!
Are you done yet?
Coward!
No. Are you done?
Coward! Coward! That is what you are. You hide behind your phone and then you tell people who fought in wars that they didn't fight in wars. Get fucked, you piece of dog shit.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, did I hurt your fucking feelings, you fucking snowflake? Get fucked.
I literally just texted you and said, say I'm done and hang up the phone.
You didn't have to tell me to do that. I was done.
I know. You didn't even look at your phone, so it was. That's worth clipping. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a fucking coward.
By the way, you know that oh, is it him? Oh.
Thank you for calling Domino's. How can we take your order?
Yes, we left him with bad foot.
If he calls again, I'm totally gonna fake being a recruiter.
Okay, got it.
So you know the TikTok video that we were talking about from Rep for the Rebrand? She was talking about Neil Gorsuch.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that picture that I got you to freeze on.
Thank you, Beth.
It sent me down a rabbit hole because I was like, okay, that's a tweet, so I should be able to find the tweet. Couldn't find the tweet. Could not find the tweet. Went to the person's thing, scrolled through all of it, could not find the tweet. So then finally I just clipped it down to just the image.
Okay.
Oh, is it him?
No, this is somebody different, but hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Oh, they hung up. It was somebody different, but anyway, sorry. No, I really now I'm dying to know. So what happened?
So I clipped it down to just the picture.
Okay.
Because I knew that this picture existed on the internet. So surely I could find it. Turns out, not Neil Gorsuch. Okay, because it did low key kind of look like him.
It did. Okay, hold on. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I absolutely voted for Donald Trump.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. We'll be right back with you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So
let's see.
It was Ted Nugent.
Oh, my God. That is so Ted. You're so... Now I can see it close up. Oh, my God. That is Ted Nugent.
Yep.
All right. Are we going to talk?
All white people look the same.
They all do. I guess we're going to talk to Dirk.
Can you tell him though to turn the YouTube down in the background because he's like.
Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes. Can you tell us your age and state, please?
Well, I'm 30 years old. I'm from New York, and I voted for Donald John Trump.
Okay, I don't know why you're talking like that. It's very strange.
Go ahead, make a point.
I did just make a point. I said I don't know why you're talking like that. It's very
Oh,
strange.
that was you being confused as usual. That's not a point, though. You have a
as usual.
Make why the big bad orange man is so big, bad, and orange.
You sound upset, sir. I was just asking why you were talking with that weird affect to your voice.
Well, I mean, you acted confused.
Why are you getting upset, sir? Calm down. Calm down.
Go
calm
ahead.
down.
You have
sir,
my permission
sir,
to make a point.
I'm so
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Calm down. Relax.
You
now.
have my permission
sir,
to make a point.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Sir, relax now.
How do you
Calm
know
down.
I'm a sir and not a man?
Sir.
Why are you assuming my gender?
Sir.
You didn't ask me my pronouns when I first joined.
You're right. Anyways, sir, calm down.
My pronouns are she,
why
her,
do
by
you
the
still
way.
why do you still support Donald Trump?
Why? Well, first of all,
why do you still support Donald Trump? Why
Hold
do you
on.
still support Donald Trump?
I want you to respect
why
my
do you
gender,
still
first
support
of all.
Donald Trump?
My pronouns
Why
are
do
she
you still
slash her.
support
Let's
Donald
make-
Trump? I'll
let's
just ask
make
you
sure
one more
that's
time
clear.
and then I'll hang up on you. Why do you still support
Well, I
Donald Trump?
support Donald Trump because we have the safest border in the history of our country after Joe the Auto Pen Biden allowed millions of illegals to invade our country against the will of the American people. He also granted the largest funding in the history of our country to ICE to execute the largest deportation campaign this country has ever seen. He also defunded colleges that allow men and women sports. He also ended 8 wars in 8 months. He also saved the world by getting rid of Iran's nuclear threats. I mean, what more could you want from the big, bad, scary orange man? Can you tell me?
A blood clot.
Well, I know leftists like to watch
an
their
aneurysm. An
political opponents
aneurysm,
die.
you know,
They
is
like to
a type
assassinate
of a
their
blood clot,
political
Nemo. It would
opponents,
be really
et
great because an
cetera.
aneurysm is
You
like,
guys like to
actually like
sacrifice
really. I'm
babies by-
so sorry. So an aneurysm is like also a type of blood clot. Also can be very painful. Would hope. Anyways, caller. Listen.
Go ahead.
The
go
thing
ahead.
is
You gonna
that
make an argument?
I'm just keep doing it. It's kind of fun though to put him on hold. Anyways, so the thing is that all the stuff that you just talked about is you basically just lied. You know that you lied, and so is there anything real that you want to talk about, or do you just want to keep
Donald
using
Trump
your?
doesn't have the safest
I'm so
border.
sorry. I was in the middle of a sentence.
Who had a
I'm
safer border?
Sorry, I was in the middle of a sentence. Anyways, is there something real that you'd like to talk about, or
Well,
not
defend
stop
the
using
fact
your?
that Joe the-
Anyways, I was in the middle of a sentence. So is there something real that you'd like to talk about, and would you like to stop using that stupid
So
affected
go
voice?
ahead and tell
or
me who had a safer border. Go ahead.
a
You have
safer
my
border?
permission.
A safer
Go ahead.
border?
Safer border.
Yeah, I don't know
No,
what that means. What's your metric?
You don't know what that means?
Yeah,
It
what's
means
your
millions
metric?
of illegals not
No, hang on,
flowing
bud.
into
That's
our
not a
country.
metric. I asked,
Yeah.
what's your metric for
That
safety?
is a metric. The
That's not
American
a
people
metric.
think that's a metric, which is why
That's
Donald
not what a
Trump won
metric
in an
is.
absolute landslide
You're
in
kind of
2024.
stupid if you don't understand what
That
a
is a
metric
metric that the American
Hey,
people
Dirk,
think. You could think we're
Dirk,
stupid,
Dirk,
but
this is
unfortunately
Dirk,
for you, Donald
Dirk,
Trump won.
Dirk, listen. I just... This is the reason why nobody brings you up anymore, is just because you just say shit and you have mouth diarrhea and, like, nobody fucking wants to talk to you. You just say the same stupid shit over and over. And that's why you called, is because you know that if I saw your username here on TikTok, that none of us would bring you up. Not me, not Nemo, not Erika. That's why you had to call from an anonymous number.
I'm actually entirely unaware of Dirk.
Name the lies, libtard. Name the lies, you libtard.
I'm sorry. I've never spoken to you. I don't know who you are. I don't know why I would lie about that. You seem to think that everyone knows you. I have no clue.
Anyways,
name the lies, libtard. Go
Dirk,
ahead. You have my permission to name.
Yeah, no thanks. Real quick, here. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm just going to place you on hold for just 1 second, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna let you have some time. Why don't say what you want, man?
You have my
caller. Thank you for holding. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
What's that?
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
South Carolina, and I'm 38.
Okay. Well, why do you still support Donald Trump?
Well, like the previous caller said, he dramatically made the border a lot safer. He ended 8 wars in 8 months.
He did end 8 wars.
Dealing with, you say they were all lies, but you haven't proven any of them lies.
Sure. Okay. So can you please tell me the 8 wars that he ended?
Well, I don't know the names of the exact 8 wars. Hold on. Let me look it up on the phone real quick. That's why he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, because they did it through some DEI hire person.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize because he didn't end 8 wars.
Why do you hate Trump so much for everything that he's accomplished? I mean, we're dealing with the inflation of Biden. We got trillions of coming into the economy.
Hey, bud, hold on. Calm down.
He also didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize because the person who gets the Nobel Peace Prize is nominated over a year in advance of receiving the prize, and he hadn't even been president for a year when the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded. So that's another reason why he couldn't possibly have received it.
All right, well, you got Pakistan and India. All right, you got Israel and Hamas. I mean, those are 2 wars, and this is coming off the BBC. You got Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, Thailand and Cambodia.
Dude. Can we go one by one on these?
Yeah. Let's go with Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That he ended that war.
He didn't end the war. The U.S. was mediator for that war.
Yeah, he ended it through peace treaty. Yeah, pretty much. They called the ceasefire.
Peace treaty.
Now,
I think that's the equivalent of saying that Switzerland ended any war that they hosted a treaty signing for, or France for that matter.
What about Pakistan and India? 2 nuclear powers that were going at each other.
That's an excellent one.
Can we not pivot off that last one though? Because there's still Rwandan troops in the DRC. So how was that war ended? When there's still fighting going on and there's still Rwandan troops
in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes, they are fighting. That's what there's still fighting going on means. It means there is still fighting going on. So if there's still fighting going on, has it ended? Is it a new conflict, or is it people that
No,
are just
it's
saying,
the
"Listen,
same. It's the
you're
same
telling me
conflict.
none of these eight places
It's the
that he
same. No,
didn't
we're
solve the
talking
war
about
in."
Rwanda. We're talking about Rwanda, Congo. It is
High
still
on a
going
hilltop
on.
in Fizi, Texas.
Oh, sorry about that. That's my bad. I apologize, Erika, because I had a report from France 24 from 3 days ago talking about the Army and the M23 rebels, and talking about how there's an entire 5-minute report about the fighting going on. I figured we didn't need to watch the entire 5-minute report, Erika, right? Sorry about that. What?
It's unclear how long some of the peace agreements lasted, but they did have a peace agreement, and whether they kept going with it depends on how long it lasted.
So you agree the war hasn't? So you agree the war hasn't ended?
I believe that they signed a peace agreement, and then they went back to war. Then they went back to war.
So the war hasn't ended. Correct. Well done. And by the way, did Congress declare that a war or no? Just quick question.
Did they declare it a war?
Yeah.
Why would our Congress? Did their Congress declare it a war? Well, I don't even know if they're.
Oh, sorry. You clearly haven't been listening for the.
Congo,
You clearly. It's a callback to a previous. You clearly haven't been listening when we've been being told by Trump supporters that it's not a war ever unless Congress declares it a war. But anyway. So it doesn't.
Are you guys opposed to us being in Iran right now?
Why are you talking while I'm talking?
Oh, you're just going on and on.
Who dragged you up, sir?
What's that?
Who dragged you up?
Who dragged me up?
Because my parents taught me that I shouldn't be talking while someone else is talking because it's rude.
Well, it sounds like there's 3 or 4 people on the line and everybody else chimes in.
Are you feral?
Am I feral? No, I'm domesticated.
Doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, it doesn't matter if it's stopped for a little while and then has restarted. They are still at war, sir. So anyway, you were going to talk to Nemo about India and Pakistan. So that's one that he didn't end. Nemo, do you want to go ahead on India and Pakistan?
You're saying India and Pakistan are still at war? Is that what you're saying? I know maybe the Democratic Republic of Congo is in Rwanda, but I mean, some of these have long-lasting peace agreements.
So can we accept that is one of those 8 that is still, that Trump did not end?
No, well, they did sign a peace agreement, but whether it would last or not was still up for question.
Okay, well, if a peace agreement doesn't last and it's still the 2 people,
so they went
or
back to war.
the two countries fighting, I feel like that's not really ending a war, right?
Well, I mean, you differentiate between World War I and World War II, right?
That's 20 years difference, not a month.
If a peace treaty couldn't last a month or 2, it's not a good peace treaty. It didn't work. It didn't hold. That means that the person who brokered the peace treaty didn't do a good job.
Well, it seemed to work with Pakistan and India. They're no longer fighting.
So,
I mean, what about Armenia and Azerbaijan?
That's a good segue. So, Matt, I sent you the thing. If you wouldn't mind putting that on the screen.
Of course not.
So, do you know who Modi is, caller?
I know who Modi is. I think any one of them gurus. There's either a leader of
totally. Yeah, he's the leader of India. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, he's the leader of India. What about him?
Okay. Yeah, India says that Trump did not have any
you don't think that's pushing tariffs on him, saying everything that came out of America to India and Pakistan, they were going to be facing some really high tariffs if they didn't knock their shit off, because they're both 2 nuclear superpowers. You don't think that played a factor in it?
No.
You give Donald Trump credit for anything that he's done?
Now we're shifting
what would you give him credit for?
Should I give him credit?
Well, between his first term and this term, do you give him credit for anything that he's done?
Between his first term and this term, interesting.
Yeah.
So, to be clear, didn't end that war, right?
Between what?
India
Between
and Pakistan.
India and Pakistan. Yeah, he did. He got him to sign a peace agreement.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Right here on the BBC. His latest addition to his list of wars ended in the 2-year conflict between Israel and Hamas. The other 7 between Israel and Iran, Pakistan and India.
Can you see the screen right now? Can you see the screen right now?
No, I can't because I'm on a phone call.
Okay. It says
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh, that's okay. If you can't, I can just tell you. India disputes
Yeah, go ahead.
Trump's claim that U.S. trade incentives led to ceasefire with Pakistan. The Indian government on Tuesday disputed U.S. President Donald Trump's claim that the U.S.-mediated ceasefire between India and Pakistan came about in part because he had offered trade concessions. The Indian government literally says that's not what happened. So, who's right? The actual Indian government or Donald Trump?
Yeah, well, I imagine they're both pushing their own propaganda.
Why would the Indian government feel the need to lie about that?
To appeal to their people.
Why? How would that help them?
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. The only person who has anything to gain by lying about it would be Donald Trump to make himself look better.
Nah. You don't think Marco Rubio, Secretary of State,
that was an amazing fucking argument back, which was nah.
You didn't even let me finish it. You don't think he sent peace envoys over there to start negotiations?
Do you know who Marco Rubio is?
Yeah, he's Secretary of State, came from Florida, part Cuban or something.
Do you know what a neocon is?
What, isn't that one of them globalists? Something like that?
Sort of, yeah. Neocon is short for neoconservative. Do you know what that is?
Neoconservative. Not by the exact definition, no. Why don't you enlighten me?
Okay,
sir?
yeah. So I'll give you examples of neocons. George W. Bush, arguably George H.W. Bush, I guess, and yeah, Reagan, and Dick Cheney, and
You're giving me examples.
John
I'm asking you for the
McCain.
exact definition.
And Mitt Romney, and Mitch McConnell, and Donald Rumsfeld, and John Bolton, and Mike Pompeo, and Marco Rubio.
The one Mike guy, he used to be fat too. I imagine you'd call him a neocon too. He used to be he got replaced.
Who, Mike Pompeo?
No, not Pompeo. It was the one that replaced him. What was the other guy's name?
The guy who replaced Mike Pompeo.
Oh, never mind. But I mean, if you look at your two options, I mean, you had a pretty shitty pick between Hillary and Donald Trump. I mean, you got a lying crook.
So
Hillary.
we're just moving on. We're just moving on from Marco. That's fine. Okay, whatever.
All right. So he's a neocon. All right. Well, he's not president. Yep. If you're asking for choices for president, you had Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, or you have Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris really couldn't even put a sentence together.
Have you heard Donald Trump talk, motherfucker? Kamala Harris
he talks
speak coherently. Donald Trump sits here and just kind of word vomits for 2 hours before he finally has to take a shit bad enough that he just stops talking and walks off stage.
He talks off the cuff. I mean, he's a narcissist, but he talks to you like a real human, not some...
No, he doesn't.
Pre-written speech. Everything Kamala said, if it wasn't on a monitor, she wouldn't have said it. Because if you talk to her, she comes across almost as brain dead as Joe Biden.
No, dude.
For 4 years, the news media said, oh, there's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. There's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. And then you put him up on the debate stage. And, I mean, he's in very early stages of Alzheimer's, most likely dementia. But yet you're CNN, MSNBC, everybody lies the whole time.
I got to say, dude,
the border's closed.
It's getting really stale, the whole, well, Joe Biden he was demented. Like,
who would you prefer to be president?
Between Joe Biden and Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Joe Biden, any day of the week.
So you'd agree that what is it? USAID sending all the money for transgender programs all over the world.
Hang
I
on,
mean, that's a
time
good
out,
use of
time
American
out.
taxpayer
No,
dollars.
hold on, time out, bud. Before you move on to your silly talking point, the thing that you're about to do. I just
bring up the gay Sesame Street they were funding, and what was it, Afghanistan?
Yeah, sure. I'd love for you to tell me all about that. Sure, absolutely. But I want you to tell me who said that quote that they thought that Joe Biden was one of the strongest negotiators and toughest mental minds in politics that they had ever encountered. Who said that?
Somebody said that about Joe Biden?
Yep. Who said that?
It was probably Donald Trump before Joe Biden lost it.
Nope. Want to try again?
Obama?
Nope.
Who was it then?
That was Kevin McCarthy. Who is Kevin McCarthy?
Kevin McCarthy was the leader of the House or the Senate?
He was the Speaker of the House just before Mike Johnson.
Yep.
During the second half of Joe Biden's presidency, which means he was directly negotiating with the president on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, but how much of that is just
he is a what? He's a Republican. Why would hey bud? Why would a Republican say that about Joe Biden?
Because they're lifetime positions that he's got in the fucking Senate. Nothing's gonna kick him out or anything like that.
He's an elected official. He's the Speaker of the House. He's a congressman. You literally just said something that's completely fucking false. They're literally elected positions.
Like he was having a hard negotiation with
Jesus
Joe Biden.
Christ, it was after he was out of office as Speaker. You idiot!
How much did he get paid for
had
saying
nothing.
How much did he get paid for
nothing.
Saying it? Was it quoted in a news article?
Yes! You can find it in Politico. You idiot! It's because Joe Biden wasn't losing his mind. It's because you're just a gullible fucking fool who believed that.
You think so?
Yup. And I also think that you're a gullible fucking fool because you think that Donald Trump is better than Joe Biden. By the way, were there planes in the Revolutionary War?
Were there planes in the Revolutionary War? No.
Cool. Donald Trump said that there were.
Good for him.
Does electricity work work underwater? I'm sorry. Do magnets work underwater? My bad. I'm confusing all the crazy shit he said. Do magnets work underwater?
Yeah, they work underwater.
Cool.
Again,
Donald Trump said that
every single word he says.
Oh,
rather than a president that would
I'm so sorry. Then why don't you tell me?
Then
why don't you tell me some of the really crazy shit that Joe Biden has said that you've noticed?
Well, you really couldn't understand them. Like for the debate.
Tell me any of the crazy things. Tell me any of the crazy and insane things that Joe Biden has said. Here's your chance. We've got about 15 or 1,600 people right now. You get the chance to slam Joe Biden, but the only thing that you can say is you have to directly quote him. Tell me what crazy things he's actually said. Not just, hold on. Not just, I think he wasn't, Oh, and by the way, Donald Trump said that windmills cause cancer.
To whales.
To whales.
You sure he wasn't talking about 5G?
No, he was talking about windmills.
I know I fucked with the bird population. But you see, the thing is, he just runs off at the mouth, and you take every word like it's
I'm waiting for you.
Guy.
Shut up. I'm waiting for you to shut. Good. Go. Sorry, Erika.
Give me 1 second.
No, don't worry. Did he, by the way, I was putting the trash out. I was doing it literally while you're doing it figuratively. Did he say that Kamala Harris wasn't a good speaker?
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
he's not
Is
a
he
good
aware
speaker.
of what?
He's got like
I'm
the
sorry,
IQ of a sixth grader.
I'm sorry, you're looking something up. I'm having a conversation with Matt and Nemo. Thanks. Is he aware of what she did as a job prior to becoming like a senator?
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, she blew to a guy named Lily and got a job as a prosecutor.
No, she got the job as a prosecutor before she met him. That's how she met him. Prosecutors, if I'm not mistaken, have to be pretty good with words in order to be kept in a job. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, here's Joe Biden.
It's crazy.
Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID. Watching the stats at a campaign event in Pennsylvania, June 2020, 4 years before he ran again. He corrected himself saying 120,000.
What's that?
He corrected himself. He said 120 million dead instead of 120,000.
And then I'm sorry.
No,
and then hold on, time out. And then he corrected himself?
Eventually, yeah.
So he made a mistake and then he simply corrected himself? So cool. That's a normal human thing to do that we all do. Show me the times where Donald Trump said something crazy and then corrected himself after the fact.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. I mean, come on.
Wrong. That's not what he said. What he said was, and this was on a radio show. Okay, so number one, you need the context. The context was he was on a radio show. It was Charlemagne the God. Hey, bud, shut the fuck up while I'm explaining something to you that you don't understand. The fact that you keep talking while I'm explaining something to you means you can't understand it, and you're already fucking 2 brain cells short of an omelet, okay? So shut the fuck up for a second and let the smart person explain to you what actually fucking happened, because you're just a confused Fox News mess. So shut the fuck up. He was on a radio... Shut the fuck up. He was on a radio program with Charlemagne the God, and the end of the radio program, they do a bit. The bit is... they start with, you ain't black if. That's the opener, and then you finish it. No matter who's on the show, you finish the line. And because Joe Biden was running for president, he finished it with, if you don't vote for me. So the whole thing was, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. It was literally just their bit on the radio show. He didn't just say that out of nowhere. And even though that was the context of the whole thing, which was completely fucking innocuous, he still apologized for it, saying that he understood why it would be conceived as being insensitive. Now, what I want you to do is take something that Donald Trump has said that could be conceived as insensitive and show me the time where he apologized for doing anything that was even mildly fucking insensitive.
You don't remember the quote, he's going to put y'all back in chains when you're speaking at that black church?
I'm sorry, I asked you a fucking question. Why can't you fucking answer it instead of pivoting?
What was your fucking question then?
Oh, I'm sorry, were you not listening, you fucking dumbass?
Nah, my phone cut out. But you're the one always screaming, calm down to people. You seem pretty amped up. Maybe in that event.
No, I just want to point out to you, the reason that Matt is I can't say words. The reason that he's slightly annoyed by you right now is because he keeps asking you questions and you won't shut the fuck up. You keep answering questions you haven't been asked, and when he asks you another question, you're not listening to him, and you're carrying on down whatever road you're going down. Okay? It behooves any of us to use our ears as much as our mouths. And you're using your mouth far too much and your ears not enough. I never thought I'd say that to a man, to be honest.
I think you guys have been in the echo chamber.
But there's a first time for everything, isn't there?
Yes, sir, I agree. You've been in an echo chamber for far too long because you believe all of the insane things that are coming out of your mouth to be true when in fact they're not.
I mean, there's a shit ton of quotes. I mean, that Joe Biden has said. You haven't seen any of them when he was fucking addressing the COVID response board.
Can you name me one that's
waiting.
as insane as Donald Trump saying that George Washington had airfields during the Revolutionary War? Go ahead.
Did George Washington had airfields during the Revolutionary War? Nah, Donald Trump was probably high or something.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know why he was saying it, but he probably got his words mixed up, just like it could happen to any human being. But you're trying to pick apart every single word that Donald Trump says.
Hang on a minute.
And I mean, when Joe Biden, we hold the truth to be self-evident. Men and women are created. Well, you know the thing with Joe Biden. Come on.
Stop.
Couldn't even put a sentence together. Go ahead, ma'am.
Stop. Hang on a minute. You're right. I just want to point out to you the cognitive dissonance that you must be going through right now. Because you said Joe Biden said 120 million when he meant 120,000, and he corrected himself within a short period of time to say it was 120,000, correct?
On just one quote.
Okay. Calm down. Okay. But
I'm not mad.
No, you are, Poppet. Just chill, okay? Just take a deep breath, okay? I'm incredibly calm, okay? I'm British. We don't have feelings. Nothing riles me up, okay? It's not possible.
Cheerio.
Why are you going somewhere?
No.
Are you leaving?
I'm saying cheerio to you for being all happy.
Okay. What does cheerio mean? What does cheerio mean?
It's a form of goodbye in some.
No, it's just a form. It's just a form of goodbye. So probably don't say it unless you're planning on leaving. And to be honest, if you were planning on leaving, I would understand because you're not making a good account of yourself right now. But anyway, you said Joe Biden said your big gotcha, all one word, was that Joe Biden said 120 million when he meant 120,000, and he corrected himself. You yourself said he corrected himself.
Okay.
However, I'm still talking, my lovely. I'm still talking. Calm yourself down. You don't have to tell me to go ahead. I'm going to do it regardless, okay? But then when we bring up that Donald Trump has said completely insane things, like windmills cause whales to get cancer, and like there were George Washington had airfields during the Revolutionary War, okay, and like magnets don't work underwater. What you do is you then say he must have misspoke, right? When it's very clear that Joe Biden, when he just confused the word million and thousand, which I've done literally millions of times, thousands of times, okay? But you're saying, you're making excuses for Donald Trump, but Joe Biden, what? I don't understand. Do you not get how this sounds?
How it sounds. I'm not making excuses for Donald Trump. I'm saying, both of them said some fucked up shit.
No, Pop it right now.
I mean, you can't be sad, but how can you justify he's going to put you back in chains? Can you justify that in your Democratic Party?
Right now.
What was he meaning by that?
Right, you're not letting me answer. Okay?
Okay.
Right now, you are sitting in a cuck chair while Donald Trump has your wife bent over.
Think so?
And you're not. You are literally
Is that your response?
cheering
Because
on
you
this.
can't say why
You
Donald
are
Trump said Trump's going to put you back in chains because Biden said that?
You are cheering. I'm going to carry on. You are cheering this behavior on. You are whooping and cheering and enjoying it while Donald Trump is literally effing your wife.
How come you go to insults and everything when you can't have a very civilized conversation or a good debate? You can't have a good debate, so it comes to character attacks and identity politics.
What identity politics?
oh, got to be a cuck because I support Donald Trump. But yeah, you
That's
can't tell
not
me why.
ident-
Tell me why Joe Biden
Poppy.
said he's going to put you back in chains. That wasn't
Poppy.
disenfranchising the black community, or he wasn't saying, "Oh, I'm here with a smart, articulate, the first one."
Hey bud, when did hold on, time out. We have to correct the record on this comment real quick, Erika. When did he say that about Donald Trump?
What? That Donald Trump, he's going to put y'all back in chains?
Yeah, when did he say that about Donald Trump? Just wanted to check.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second.
I'll help you out. He didn't.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, pull up the article when he said that.
I'll help you out. He didn't say it about Donald Trump. He said it about Wall Street and the Mitt Romney ticket in 2012. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And it was in direct reference to Wall Street saying that he was going to unshackle, if Wall Street, that was the unshackling. And he said that he felt that it was in, hey bud, how can you listen to you being corrected for your incorrect information if you just start talking in the middle of someone else's fucking sentence? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, because he had hindsight to think about it, and someone told him to fucking say it was in remarks to Mitt Romney, but when he said it, right there, chain Wall Street. Unchain Wall Street, and then put you back in chains.
It was in 2012. He wasn't even talking about Donald Trump, and you keep saying that it was in reference to Donald Trump.
He was, yeah. Well, I got it.
And you're trying to say that it was. You're trying to say. You're trying to say that it's involved in his mental decline. It isn't, and it was just
a black people. Would you say that to a room full of black people? You personally.
Why are you doing this? You are the stupidest motherfucker I have ever talked to. Just admit you were wrong.
Yeah, he said it in 2012, like you said.
So I want stop.
He
so it has
stop.
Stop.
He said it
stop.
in reference to Wall Street. Yeah,
Stop. So he said it. Not in the 2024 campaign, not in the 2020 campaign. He said it in. So it has nothing to do. So it has nothing to do. So it has nothing to do with the conversation that we are having right now about Joe Biden's potential mental decline, right?
Potential mental decline? Is that what you said? You lied to the American people about having
I don't think
cancer.
that you're intelligent enough to have this fucking conversation, dude. You should hang up the phone because this is embarrassing for you.
Why? Because you're defending what he said about putting black people back in chains?
I'm not defending anything, and I said that he apologized for it, saying that it was probably insensitive, but I explained the context of it. Now what I'd like you to do is tell me, when did Donald Trump apologize for putting out a full-page ad in the New York papers in 1989 calling for the execution of 5 black men for committing a murder that they did not commit? When did he apologize for doing that?
He did.
When did he apologize for that racist shit?
He didn't.
Good, then why the fuck are you asking me about some bullshit statement that Joe Biden made fucking 14 years ago that he did apologize for that wasn't even that bad when you voted for a guy who wants to lynch black men? Shut the fuck up with your fucking bullshit outrage, you little racist shit.
See, I'm not outraged. You're the one sounds like you're about to have a stroke.
I am outraged at people like you that will excuse Donald Trump's abject fucking racism, and you want to nitpick Joe Biden. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Racist? I mean,
racist. Did I fucking stutter? I said fucking racist.
Obama was the worst
Did I
ever
fucking
for
stutter? Did I fucking stutter? I said racist. Why the fuck are you talking about Barack Obama? We're talking about Donald Trump.
I figured we were talking politics.
Then why the fuck won't you stay on topic and talk about Donald fucking Trump and what a racist piece of shit he is? You keep pivoting to Biden and Obama and Harris. Talk about Donald Trump. You can't, because you can't fucking defend him. The only thing you have is to pivot away and talk about other people because you can't defend him. Because you are a fucking cuck, just like Erika said. You're a fucking cuck.
Debate. You can't have a civilized debate because you got Ted.
This isn't a day, bud. No. I hate to break this to you. I hate to break this to you. I hate to break this to you. This is not a debate because a debate would require one party on the other side to have information and intelligence, which you have none of. You have none.
Argument turned into insults is what happened. So you went to insulting people because you can't make a valid argument.
Sir,
yeah, I would hang up too. I would fucking hang up too when you realized that you had absolutely fucking no defense for any of this shit. Do not fucking come to us and go, well, Joe Biden made this remark 14 years ago that was considered to be mildly insensitive, and then he also said that he apologized for it, and he would, and blah, 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 blah. But also at the same fucking time, Donald Trump literally called for the execution of people. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did, yes.
How old are you and what state are you in?
29 in Illinois.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
I mean, I can criticize the man, that's for sure. I'm not a,
I feel like we've already thrown you off the panel today, PL.
Who's that?
I knew I recognized that voice.
Consent's a thing. Consent is a real thing.
It really, really is. Real quick, I need to say thank you. Big W's in the chat for... Oh, hang on one sec. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hell no. I just wanted to say happy Friday and placenta, placenta, placenta. I love you all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Placenta.
I need to say... hold on. One second. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I did not. I just wanted to call and say that is an S tier shirt you have on today, Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I hope you go see the Mario Galaxy movie. I found it to be fucking delightful.
It's on my plan to do next week. My wife be damned.
Okay, go have some fun. All right, I take care.
Thanks, man.
All right. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did. Hey, Matt, it's Dennis.
Oh, hey, Dennis. How are you?
I'm all right. I was after your last conversation, I was hoping to maybe have a respectful debate.
Okay, can you hang on the 1 second for me, though?
Stop doing that.
Can
Yeah.
you, all right, hang on 1 second for me, okay? I'll be right back with you. I need big thank yous. I want to say big thank yous. If we can get a bunch of W's for Linnea. Thank you very much, Linnea. You were super generous on the Green app, and that was very kind. It just says, for debating without insulting boomers. I'll do my best. I try not to insult boomers, but thank you. That was super kind of you. I just saw it now. W's for Linnea. Thank you. Really. And also on the Blue app, thank you to Jamar, who said, what a beautiful fucking crash out for the war conflict guy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I just want to tell you, we appreciate your support. You can do so via the gifts here with the with Live Gift Goal. with gifts, obviously, to our friends with Erika, with Nemo, with any of our other friendlies come up on the panel. We appreciate that. Also, you can find links in all of our bios. If you'd like to support us additionally, if you're over on the tube, click in the description. You can find those same things. Alternatively, you can offer me a super chat if you'd like. Do either of you guys have anything before we move on? Anybody? No?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I would encourage you guys to change that if we can, support our friends, and let's talk with Dennis. Hello, Dennis. How are you? What did you call up to talk about?
Sorry, if your audience can't hear me, just let me know. I've been sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, so I'm losing my voice right now. But one thing that I will say that I do agree with Donald Trump on is keeping transgender women out of women's sports, and specifically transgender women that have went through male puberty. I don't know your guys' stance on this, so
I think it's a bit weird to concentrate on such a small population of people, to be honest.
well, I mean, if one is too many, because that's taking a spot away from another woman. And like there are,
it's a woman taking a spot from a woman, is what it is.
well, I mean, you can say that, that's fine, but it's a woman who went through male puberty, who still has almost the same bone density. They only
That's
lose
false.
like
That's false,
5.
Dennis. That's false. You can just go look at like any study, and
Yeah,
you'll
I
find
have.
out that's untrue.
Yeah, I have. They only lose like 5% of their muscle mass, their bone density. Estrogen actually preserves bone density. I don't know
No,
if
it
you guys
doesn't.
can hear me.
No, Dennis. Okay, all right. Estrogen does not preserve bone density. No. Estrogen actually is not helpful for bone density. That's why so many women get osteoporosis, especially in old age. Like that is why.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But
Okay, so then
when
estrogen doesn't preserve bone density.
No. When a male goes through male puberty, it does. There are studies showing that it does preserve. But I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll be glad to look at some studies you want to show me. But my whole thing is like Title IX was put in place specifically to protect women's sports from men. And transgender woman, you can call them a woman, I don't necessarily agree. I'll be respectful to trans women. I'll call them by their preferred pronouns or whatever they want. But you can't argue with me that, like, what school was it? Those 2 black kids that transgendered, and they were on the males track team, and they didn't do very good. I can't remember what place they came in.
Hang on, Dennis.
Oh my God, can I please finish a thought?
No. Nobody transgenders. You can't have transgendered. That's not the correct verb.
Well, transition is what I said.
You said they
I might have said transgendered. I'm on my medicine right now, so. But I might have said transgendered, but I meant transition. But So the like I was talking about the two, I can't remember what school it was. I'm sure you guys might know. The two black males who transitioned to female, they weren't doing good on the male track team.
Stop. Nobody transitions. You're mixing up biological sex and gender. And I want to ask you, can you tell me about the two girls who won their all-state boys wrestling championships, please?
Well, actually, there's no rule against a woman joining a men's team. There's nothing against that.
Okay,
Title IX was made
if this is
specifically
sorry, I'm still talking. If this is so unfair, Dennis, how come in 2 out of 50 states last year, girls won the all-state wrestling championships against the boys? One of them was Arizona. I feel like the other one was Maine. I can go look it up if I need to.
Well, I'm not saying that anomalies don't happen, but you can't tell me that men aren't physically stronger than women.
Well, what I can tell you is
in general.
What I can tell, well, yeah, but that's typically we're talking about people who, well,
who athletic
presumably
people,
we're talking,
yes.
Right, people who are
Which
athletes,
makes
right?
it even worse, yes.
Well, sure, but then if you're right, how is any girl winning their all-state wrestling championships against boys?
Like I said, they're outliers.
But because the strongest...
also it depends on the skill level too. Wrestling is all, I don't know if you know much about wrestling. It's a skill-based
I wrestled tennis. I wrestled
sport.
in high school. I know about wrestling.
Okay, so it's a skill-based.
Hang on. If it's about the skill base, if it's all about the skill base and nothing to do with like
I didn't
strength,
say it's all
why
about
do
the
they have
skill base.
why do they have weight classes?
To keep things as fair as possible.
But if it's about skill, then weight doesn't matter. And also, if it's about skill, there's no reason that people shouldn't compete together all the time, is there? If it's about skill and not about anything else, not about strength and not about weight.
Have you heard of Fallon Fox?
Oh, jeez.
Hang on. I want to, Dennis. I want to introduce someone over here. Emmy. Hi, friend. How are you?
Hey, Matt. Hey, Nemo. Hey, Erika. How's everybody?
Good. Emmy, this is Dennis on the line with us. Dennis, I think Emmy might have a good perspective on this. And Emmy, thank you, by the way, for taking the invitation to come up and speak with Dennis. Dennis, I think that as a trans individual, that Emmy might be able to answer some of your questions better, and quite frankly, because she's very knowledgeable, and I would hope that that would be better. So would you like to speak with her?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Hi, Dennis. My name's Emmy. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a trans woman, as Matt said. I actually, before I answer your questions, I have a quick question for you. Okay. Do you know what the proportion of strength to muscle mass change is, like what the ratio is? Because I know you mentioned that we only lose about 5%. Just so you know, it's actually 5 to 10%. So it can be double what you mentioned, right? But do you know how much strength you lose when you lose 1% of your muscle mass?
All I know is how much strength I lost after. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. My girlfriend and daughter are talking. No, you guys are fine. But all I know is how much strength I lost after I broke my back. But
How long were you? How long were you inactive?
Oh, I've been inactive for over a year now. Like my back is messed up, but my
have you
legs
ever tracked your muscle, like have you ever tracked your like your muscle mass? Like, do you have like one of those scales that can track it? Have you tracked how much muscle mass you've lost?
No, but
Okay.
before the accident, I was a regular, like personal home gym. Like I worked out all the time. Like I was at the
Sure.
point where I
Well,
weighed 150 pounds and I could bench press double my weight, which
That's
is
awesome. You are
pretty
so
decent.
strong, Dennis. Hang
Yeah.
on, I want to get to a point. I love how strong you are. That's one, or you were, and like I'm
Word.
sorry to hear about
Word.
your back injury and being out for a year. I totally understand how that goes. I've had 6 months without work where I've been stuck at home, so I get it. You have things change, right? But you lose the ratio of actual strength to muscle mass loss is a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. Sorry, 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 ratio. So if someone loses 10% of their muscle mass, they're losing 30% of their strength. So if that person could, doing whatever exercise, lift 100 pounds, that's going to go down to like 70 pounds, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've
So
seen.
when you frame it as just losing 5% muscle mass, it's like it's not a lot. 30% of your strength is a lot. And it's also going to depend on what, strength exercises you're doing and all of that, how much downtime you've had, because that first 3 years of your medical transition, you've got a lot going on. You might get surgeries, things like that, where you're going to have downtime because you can't do all the workout stuff. So there's a lot that goes into that in that first few years of the transition journey. So I just wanted to kind of like clean the glass really quick on what you had put up there and like kind of wipe off some of the smudginess of the 5% thing, because that kind of like makes it sound like it's less significant than it is.
5 to 10. I just go with the lower number because that's what I see all the time is just 5%. But
right.
But
but when we actually translate that into strength, which is what we're talking about here in competition, right? It's actually pretty significant. 30% of anything is a pretty significant number. It's not the majority, but anything we would look at that and go, that's a lot, right? Now, the other thing I just wanted to clear up really quick. So there was the muscle mass thing, and then you mentioned bone density. And you're right, the bone density changes are minimal, right? They are minimal. But I'm curious what role you think bone density plays in athletics. What advantage you think it would give a trans person over somebody else?
Well, it depends on. That's why I brought up Fallon Fox. It depends on what sport you're specifically talking about. Like Fallon Fox was a transgender MMA fighter who did not let the commission know she was transgender, and went out and fought these women.
I read up on Fallon Fox while y'all
she
were
crushed
talking.
a woman's orbital socket, like crushed it with a single knee.
Okay, so if you look at Fallon Fox's record, like her fighting record.
Oh yeah, it's not great, but a lot of those are against
well, I'm
men.
not going to say it's dog shit because I'm sure she could probably fold me, but it's 5'1". Okay, so
yeah.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry, not 5'1". Let me.
She's lost a couple.
Oh
She's
yeah,
lost
yeah.
to a couple
It's
women,
5'1",
but those are
yeah.
like highly. Where Fallon Fox went in there thinking that just raw strength would carry her through it until she met people who were like extremely skilled in like jujitsu. I think even one woman knocked her out. But
yeah. Well, okay.
Like I said, those are outliers.
Dude, so Fallon Fox, I mean, this kind of undermines your whole argument, right? So Fallon Fox, her record. I think it does because her record isn't remarkable for UFC or for MMA fighters. So she never got beyond like regional levels. And if you compare her record to well-known female MMA figures like Ronda Rousey and
no, not Ronda Rousey. Let's go with Amanda Nunes.
Okay, Tanya Evinger.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Tanya Evinger, in particular, makes Fallon Fox look like a Girl Scout. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, but like I said, that's a skill-based difference. That's because, like I said, falling across.
I don't know if it's just a skill based. Like there is absolutely a strength aspect to this. I mean, you could say that about Ronda Rousey because most of her submissions were done
Judo,
via arm
yeah,
bars. Like that's grappling.
Judo, yeah.
But in the case of Tanya Evinger, that's not how that works. She punched motherfuckers. So the point is ultimately that, you know, if what you were saying was true, which is that there's some outsized advantage that that trans athletes have when they're born male and transition to being a woman.
Well,
if there
not
was
just
some
being
outsized
born male,
advantage
it's-
granted to them, then we would
it's
see it in UFC.
It's specifically going through male puberty.
Okay. And again, if there was some outsized advantage, then we would see that in the numbers, and we don't.
Well, there's
And not to
enough.
mention, like in boxing, like there's definitely, you know, bone density definitely can play a role in boxing, right? You might be able to punch through a harder hit, you know, more and make sure that your hit follows through and stuff if your hand doesn't break sooner or whatever, right, than someone else's.
Yeah.
But you know that can be
You can
easily outweighed by
also-
skill by simply avoiding the blow, right? Or you might be able to take more head injuries than somebody else because your skull might be a little bit more dense, right? But
Yeah, you
that's
can take a punch
also part
better.
of skill, right? And like that can also be overcome by skill by getting the right hits in and all of that, right? In other
Yeah.
sports, the ones that people mostly talk about, right? Like there are definitely the fighting community that talks about this, but the ones you hear being talked about the most amongst politicians, right? Because we're up here talking about politics, are you know, more of the other sports, right? Like team sports and things like that, right? Where bone density, like say in basketball, isn't really going to play any role in that at all. There's so many other factors where like bone density doesn't matter, right? It actually might be a disadvantage in swimming where your bones might weigh more, right? So you've got something, you got to move more with now less muscle than you had before. You've got to move more weight than the person next to you. So it might actually be a disadvantage there, right? Not to mention when we're talking about people who are trans, like myself, trans women who have gone through typical male puberty, they typically develop a strength in the upper body more, right? Whereas cisgender women typically develop lower body strength. So when then going over to then playing on the women's teams, there is actually a disadvantage in lower body strength because you're playing against people who don't have that. You might have the upper body strength, but man, that speed and that quickness that comes from that lower body strength, it's not something the upper body can do, right? So it's really not. And like we also have allowed, like if we want to go to like the top level, I just want to like maybe shift the conversation a little bit here because the medical stuff, like this is where the testing comes in. So how it actually plays out in the Olympics, we started allowing trans people to play in the Olympics in 2002. So we have had it for 24 years until this year, right? How many trans people do you think have ever won a gold medal?
Well, I know, I don't remember her name, but she was a transgender power lifter, and she took gold.
Nope. There's only one person who has ever won gold in the Olympics that was trans, and they were part of a soccer team. She was part of a soccer team. So the team won gold, right? That's a big team. Right. When we look at, there have been others that may have, I think there may have been one other that medaled, possibly, but it was like a bronze or something like that. But we don't really see this like domination.
I'm sorry.
And it's definitely not, we haven't had any wins in an individual sport.
I know what I'm thinking of. It was just it was a power lifter, and supposedly he went through the went through the 2 years of hormone therapy treatment, and she smashed the former women's world record, like not by a little bit, by hundreds of pounds.
I will I don't know about that case that you're referring to. I would have to look into that. So If one of you guys wants, I'm not in
Yeah.
front of my PC right now, but I'm just also want to like, so since we're talking about like the sports where you've already gone through puberty and stuff like that, right? On like the
Yeah.
pro level, most of the way across like pro leagues, NFL, MLB, like, whatever, WNBA, like all those, right? We're not seeing that much there. But if we go to the college
No.
level, that's where we're seeing it. And do you know how many athletes are in the NCAA?
Athletes, period.
How many total athletes are in the NCAA?
Thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, 500,000. Do you know how many
Yeah.
trans athletes are in the NCAA? How many of that
no.
500,000 do you think are trans that are this big
I would
threat to the sports?
say, well, since how they're only like 1% of the population, I'm gonna go with 1%.
And what's 1% of 500,000?
That would be what, 50?
Okay. Less than 10. There are fewer than 10. There's about 6. Okay.
Am I
So
right? Is that
so it's
1%,
vastly
500,000?
disproportionate. I don't know. I'm not great with math.
5,000 would be 1%.
5,000? Yeah. So instead of 5,000, there's about 5. Yeah. Rather than 5,000, there's about 5. So vastly, you're worried about 5 or 6 athletes in the NCAA.
Yeah, well,
you're worried
what
about
I'm
a couple of
worried-
Olympics people. Not really much going on in the pro space there. And you're worried about this because a swimmer tied for 5th place and got mad about it, so she went and started crying to the media to make money. And you believed her?
She also won the national championship. If you're talking about
what national
Leah
championship?
Thomas, the national championship for UPenn when Leah Thomas was swimming.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she, her and
Leah Thomas.
Wait,
yeah,
isn't Leah Thomas the person that beat Riley? Or well, she didn't even beat Riley Gaines.
No,
like,
she
Riley...
tied for like 5th place.
Yeah,
you're talking about in college.
Yeah,
if you're talking, hold on. She won. Hold on. She won a race. Yeah, she won a race.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, she won a race.
The national championship.
Yeah, and then hold on, time out, though, Bud. Hey, Bud. And then, how many other races did she lose to a bunch of other women, and then not even place in other races?
Yeah, I mean, she lost most of her races, or didn't come in first.
Yeah. So with another,
she definitely placed top 5.
Dennis, no, she didn't actually in a lot of her races. So Dennis, the question is, if a woman wins a race and then doesn't place in a bunch of other races, do you say that woman was cheating?
No, I wouldn't consider that cheating.
Do you think that woman has some unfair advantage because she won a race one time and then didn't?
No, but Leah Thomas did have an unfair advantage. I mean,
except for the fact that if she had an unfair advantage, wouldn't she win every race?
No, I agree with you.
Great.
No, Dennis, you can't look at it and go, Bud, and go, look, all these cisgender women are winning every race, every day that a cisgender woman wins, and one trans person wins one race one time, and you're losing your mind over it, Bud. That's ridiculous.
I'm having
you voted against my rights because of this, right? Because of this one race, right?
No,
not because of this one race. That's kind of a straw man.
No. That's not even like the transgender thing is not even what I voted about. I just wanted to call in and have a respectful conversation.
Okay. Well, you realize that even if you didn't vote on it, it still took my rights away, right? So, I also just want to really quickly acknowledge something, that whenever you guys talk about this, because there are 2 other groups of people that need to be recognized in these conversations really quick, and that is non-binary individuals and trans men. I never hear y'all talk about trans men playing against cis men. Why don't you guys care about that? Because let me tell you, trans men win too. And stuff that I'm sure you couldn't do.
Oh yeah, definitely. There is an actual answer to that. There is absolutely nothing against women joining a men's team as long as they have the skill. Like, there's no rule against a woman.
Okay, so
joining
you're
the men's
only
team.
concerned about the rules. So if we changed the rule, that wouldn't be a problem because then it would be the rule. Because if it's only about whether or not there's a rule for it, that's a really shitty argument, bud. There's a lot of things that we don't have rules for, right? We call them unwritten rules, but they're like societal things,
You're getting
right? Like,
overly emotional. I'm staying
no, I'm not
very
getting
calm.
overly
I'm
emotional.
being
This
respectful.
is just me. Ask Matt, ask Erika, ask Nemo. I'm passionate. This is my life we're talking about, bud. Here, this is why you can be like that. And so, what you perceive as being emotional, I'm allowed to be number one because my rights are being taken away and my life has changed drastically because of this in a negative way. I'm allowed to be a little bit emotional. But number two, telling someone that they're emotional, like telling a woman that she's emotional when she is passionate about getting something through your head that you need to understand is that is crazy, okay? But I need you. I'll calm down. I'll calm down if it's really triggering you that much to hear me talk with passion and meaning. I will calm down.
Honestly sound triggered to you? I'm calm.
You had to bring it up. You had to say something about it. You had to try to throw it at me to discredit what I'm saying in some way.
No, I
as
didn't.
if none of what I'm saying isn't true, but it is.
To discredit you. I brought it up because
Dennis,
I just wanted. Yes, sir.
You brought it up for a reason. You don't have to bring it just because somebody is passionate about what they're talking about. They're not being emotional. They're passionate about it because I don't think you understand the degree to which Donald Trump and the Republican Party has affected the lives of trans people. Do you have a concept of that?
I can agree with that because I don't understand what trans rights have been taken away because I don't.
It's a lot. Okay. Give me just a second. I need to pull something up because I need to introduce you to something I'm sure you've never heard of, Dennis. And I just want to make sure I get all of the words right. So give me just 2.
That's fine.
I just want to let you know that I'm open. Like, you can ask Matt and Nemo. Like, I started out arguing and bickering with them, and then we had a respectful conversation, and I've been cool with them ever since, even though, like, people on the YouTube side, they see my picture is the picture of Trump right after the attempted assassination, when he's holding his fist up in the air and stuff. I just think, number one, that is a badass picture. But, everybody's super respectful to me in the comments. That's why it cracks me up when other, like, Republicans or right-wingers get in there and was like, attacking the people.
What does this have to do with what we're talking about? But I'm ready if you are. I want to get back to the topic.
I was just
Instead of talking about the YouTube chat.
I was just bringing this up while you were looking that up.
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share with you some of the right stuff, but I'm just curious if of something first. Hey, Matt, are you on your platform? Do you get away with saying the G side word?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, cool. Do you know the definition of a genocide, Dennis?
Yeah, it's the eradication of a group, or doesn't have to be like deleting them all, but you can, those cultural genocide. And I understand.
Okay. Do you know how many stages there are to a genocide?
Actually, no, I don't.
Okay, there's 10.
10, really?
And yes. And then do you know which stage we are in currently of a trans genocide in this country? out of that
One.
10, with 1 being the beginning and then 10 being the final stage. What do you think we're at right now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say 1 because I've
I know you
not
don't know what they
seen
are yet.
any mass
Okay.
like
We're at number 8, buddy.
8. What are the?
I'll go through them really quick for you.
I'm sorry, I'm on my medicine.
Matt,
so
are you
my
cool with this? I
mind-
want to make sure you're cool taking the time to do this
Yeah,
really quick. I won't go.
yeah.
I won't take too long.
Yeah, we can do it quick. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Just so you know where I'm getting this from, this is from the Holocaust Memorial Day Trust, and you can look this up anywhere. There's this was Gregory Stanton was the person that developed these in studying genocide. So the stage 1 is classification. The differences between people are not respected. There's a division of us and them, which can be carried out using stereotypes or excluding people who are perceived to be different. That's where you think we are, right? It's just the classification stage. Tell me if stage 2 rings a bell here. Symbolization. I'm going to avoid some words here too really quickly, but this is just reading it right from here. Actually, let me go down a little bit. This is a visual manifestation of hatred. Jewish people in Nazi Europe were forced to wear yellow stars to show that they were different. So there's a symbolization that goes along with it, right?
Okay.
Okay. Number 3 is discrimination. The dominant group denies civil rights to or even citizenship to identified groups. Does that sound like are there civil rights being denied to people like myself?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. With the SAVE Act, if my driver's license has a different gender on it than my birth certificate, am I allowed to vote?
Are you allowed to vote? Yes.
No, not under the SAVE Act, right? Same thing with a woman whose last name doesn't match if they've changed it. Like say I changed my name, right? Because I haven't done it legally yet myself, but it doesn't change it on my birth certificate. So when they need to see the birth certificate as proof of citizenship, because I don't have a passport, right? And they see my name is different and it doesn't match, am I allowed to vote? Or does that follow the same rule that it does for married women?
That would be an issue.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be allowed to vote, right? Luckily, I live in New York where I have an enhanced ID, and so it does prove citizenship. I can use it to go across the border to Canada, so I should be fine, unless they start looking at the gender marker on there. Not to mention, there's a whole bunch. I think it's a civil. I personally believe it's a human right to have access to the healthcare you need, but we're obviously trying to, through the guise of protecting children, we're trying to get rid of that. All right, number 4 is dehumanization. Those perceived as different are treated with no form of human rights or personal dignity. Do you think that there's dehumanization of trans people going on? A lot of you guys just call us transgenders. Many of you use even worse terms. Dehumanizing. Dehumanization. Those perceived as different are treated with no form of human rights or personal dignity. When I go out, when I was working and I was standing up in front teaching a class in front of a bunch of customers, and a woman pulled out her phone, pointed it straight at my crotch and took a picture, showed it to her friend, and they started pointing to it and talking about it. Do you think that's dehumanizing?
Yeah, that is dehumanizing.
When Donald Trump says that we are ruining the blood of this country, when he says that we are absolutely crazy and mentally ill because of this, even though mental health professionals say that we're not mentally ill, when he takes away our own memorials like Stonewall, do you think that that's dehumanizing?
Well, no, because leftists have been taking down memorials for...
No, but here's the thing. This was Stonewall. This is where the whole LGBTQ rights movement started. Really, it was Compton Cafeteria. Not a lot of people talk about that, and they need to. But Stonewall is what we nationally recognize, and we have a monument there. We have a monument there because it's the birthplace of a civil rights movement for LGBTQ people, right? And what he did was he took the T off of it and then had them take down the pride flag in front of the National Memorial for where LGBTQ people started fighting for their rights. Do you think that that's dehumanizing? To ignore us to that degree.
I can understand how that could be perceived as dehumanizing, yeah.
As a woman, when he calls me a man in a woman's bathroom, do you dehumanizing, even recognize my ID. Just say a woman in a men's bathroom, but always go to calling us the wrong one. Do you think that's dehumanizing? No,
I'm
no
sorry,
dignity in that,
know.
right?
I don't know if it was my phone or what,
Emmy,
but
you were,
a lot of that cut out.
Yeah, actually, Emmy, you were breaking out there for that last one.
I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi has been a little
yeah.
freaky lately. Yeah, I see that. Okay, we'll move through the rest of these a little quicker because I will tell you, as a trans woman, we are dehumanized constantly by this administration. Organization, genocides are always planned. Regimes of hatred often train those who go on to carry out the destruction of a people. Do you think that's going on? That there's an organized, that there's a regime organizing a movement against us? When we have 500 bills across this country being introduced by Republicans this year alone, on top of the 600 bills that were introduced last year to try to restrict our rights and exclude us from public life? Does that sound like it's organized? Answer's yes. Right, Dennis?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next two really quick.
Yeah.
We could talk about more of these afterwards, but I want to get through these really quick. Polarization. Propaganda begins to spread by hate groups. Do you think there's polarization around the trans rights issues right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Number 7, preparation. Perpetrators planned the genocide. They often use euphemisms such as the Nazi phrase, the final solution, to cloak their intentions. They create the fear of the victim group, building up armies and weapons. Do you think right now that it's safe for trans people in states where they have, where people can literally put a bounty on their head for using the wrong bathroom, or the what you guys all call the wrong bathroom? Do you think that they're preparing to do something like that? That's preparation?
If people are actually calling for bounties, then they should be arrested because that's a call to action.
No, we have laws. No. This is the law. I believe it's what state is, and they're or it's being passed. But there's all. I mean, we don't even have to go into all of that just to see that there is preparation to erase us from society. When we talk even further about things like the executive order that took away my protections for being fired if just because I'm trans, right?
Isn't that illegal?
No, not anymore, because of Trump. On his very first day, he signed Executive Order 14168 that actually reversed the Bostock decision that granted trans people rights to protection in hiring and firing processes on the basis of their gender identity and expression.
I want to write that down so I can look it up later. You said it was
Executive Order 14168. You should also look at Executive Order 14183, I believe it is. That's the one where he banned transgender people from the military, which we haven't even gotten to yet in all of this. He just kicked all of them out, right? But yeah, they're definitely building up fear of trans people, right?
Yeah.
We got 3 more of these.
Executive Order.
Yep. 14168 and 14183, I believe, is the other one. I want you to look up and read.
And
14183.
14183, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dennis, and you can go on the if you look on the screen later or if now or whatever, the ACLU actually has a complete tracker. And so I saw somebody in the chat say something about it. This is where all of the anti-LGBTQ bills are and their statuses right now all across the United States. There are 515 that the ACLU is currently tracking. You can look at all of them by state, exactly which bill they are. It's a very comprehensive list. So if you think that this is just some like amorphous thing that isn't happening, you're sadly mistaken.
No. I never said.
I want to point out something really quick.
I agreed with most of her points.
No, Dennis, it wasn't so
can't
much for
remember
you.
Your name. I'm so sorry.
It's Emmy, but it wasn't so much for you. It's just for everyone, and especially for some folks here in the chat. So.
Gotcha.
And I just want to point out something on that map that looks weird.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Dennis.
Your name.
It's Emmy, EMMY, like the TV awards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I want to point out something weird about that map. If you go to ACLU and you look at that anti-LGBTQ tracker map, you're going to notice something strange, that my state is purple, which means there are bills that are trying to be passed to restrict my rights. And then states like Texas are gray. That's because, Matt, you can go on there and change the year. Can you pop it back to 2025 really quick and show us the number of bills for 2025?
Yep.
I can't.
Because we'll look at the previous year. And remember,
the-
we're only in month 4 in 2026, and we've got 500.
That's weird. It's not. Let me reload the website.
It might be broken. It was doing that for me the other day. But
It
the
won't
reason
load.
that state.
It won't load 2025. It's a weird thing. I don't know if you guys can see it over here. You can click down, and you should be able to pull up 2025 . But it's not, it's
I
not
think their
letting me.
site's broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's because states like Texas did all that stuff last year. So just so everyone's aware when they go in that and they look at it and they go, why is Texas gray and New York is and California are purple? That's because Texas did everything as quickly as they could. Really quickly, to pull us back on track, I want to get through the final 3 stages of a genocide. Number 8, this is the one that we're in now, is persecution. Victims are identified because of their ethnicity or religion, in this case, or gender identity. And death lists are drawn up. People are sometimes segregated into ghettos, deported, or starved, and property is often expropriated. Genocidal massacres begin. Now, right now, we have seen a rise in the murders among of trans people since Trump has been in office. So that's not necessarily the government doing it, but this is like what we're heading into. We're in the beginning of stage 8. In stage 9, you face extermination. Well, in stage 9, you face extermination. Remember, it doesn't just have to be murder, right? Or deaths, right? You said that it can also be erasure, like erasing them from society. We did this with like ugly laws a long time ago. I don't know if, Dennis, have you ever heard of ugly laws?
Of what laws?
Ugly laws. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry for laughing. That was funny though. Reminded me of that. Bring It On.
Yeah, this was not too long ago. Ugly laws were basically ordinances that basically made it illegal for people with disabilities or disfigurements to appear in public spaces. So people would actually have rooms in their house for their ugly child. Right? They called them the ugly rooms. I hate to use that word. Folks, I know it hurts to hear this, but if they had a disfigurement, if they were born, it doesn't matter if they were born that way, maybe got burned in a fire, something like that, they had to stay inside and they were not allowed in public spaces, right? Just so you know, that was active roughly from 1867 to 1970.
Yeah.
That's how recent that ended.
That's not now, though, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But that would be considered a genocide of disabled people, right? Because you've erased them from public life, and that's what Donald Trump and the Republicans are trying to do with things like Tennessee's drag ban that is so broadly worded that it's supposed to, like, I would get arrested just walking down Broadway trying to go to a bar.
Yeah.
In my everyday clothes.
I don't agree with all that. I don't agree. I'm of the opinion living. I'm sorry, my voice is leaving me so bad. I'm of the opinion live and let live.
Well,
right, but you're not letting us live.
Yeah, Dennis. I think to kind of Dennis, but I think to kind of wrap this whole thing up here and just kind of put a bow on it. I think the thing is that voting for people that want to do all of these things is not. This isn't live and let live. This isn't, because I think a lot of us feel that. I think a lot of us feel that same way. We don't care, right? I don't care.
Excuse me.
It's okay. And so I think the problem is that when you vote for people that have these points of view and want to enact this type of legislation, that it becomes you might have that view. I believe you. I take you at your word that you feel that way. But when you vote in people that don't feel that way and they take to legislating right? And they force those views, their views on other people, you do become culpable.
Complicit,
Yeah,
I
complicit. Yeah,
understand.
and so that's where it comes. But I do take you at your word. I believe you when you say, "Hey, I would just like to let people live and gain a better understanding of it." I believe you, but unfortunately, there has to be a recognition of the fact that if you vote for those people, they're passing that legislation, right?
Right.
So I think that's kind of what
No.
we're pointing out here.
Could I leave Dennis with
Okay.
two thoughts before and I'll drop so you guys can move on to another topic. But could I just leave him with two things and then I'll go, Matt?
Sure.
It'll be really quick. So first thing is the 10th stage, since we didn't get there, is denial. That's when the perpetrators or people throughout like generations later deny that anything bad happened. Right. So like that's the one that we live in, that we have people now that deny that like the Holocaust happened. Right. But the other thing that I want to share with you is that just to put a button on what Matt just said about who you vote for and what kind of things happen, I need you to understand that these things don't just affect trans people, they affect all women as well. And they affect trans men. But I want to just focus on cisgender women for 2 seconds here and let you know that it was Kansas where it was a law that they were trying to pass and they did strike it down for the time being. Got really close. That was basically putting $1,000 bounty out. If you saw someone in the bathroom that you thought might be transgender and you reported it, you got $1,000, right? And what I wanted to share with you is that I have a note on my phone that has stories, and I'll just share one name with you: Jerica Mudra. Jerica Mudra is an 18-year-old girl. She was at Buffalo Wild Wings. She went into the bathroom. Nope, cisgender girl. She went into the restroom, the women's restroom, right? The one she's used her entire life, right? And a man saw her go in there. An employee thought that she was a man, went in there, knocked on the door, just about beat it down, yelling at her to get out of there. And the only way that that 18-year-old could prove that she was a woman, she had to expose herself to him to show him. Okay? Do you I just want to point out that when these kinds of laws get passed, right? Because if your bone structure doesn't look the way that some man thinks that your facial bone structure should look, he can fucking turn you in, right?
Yeah, because
And
do
get
have
$1,000.
masculine features. Yeah, I
Well, what
agree
we
with
could
you.
really quickly, we call them masculine features, but in many cultures around the world, it's just they just call it their face. But what we tend to do in these like Eurocentric like white beauty standards is we only look at like white bone structure, and that's why like a disproportionate amount of harm comes to black trans women and black cis women because of the transphobia, and that needs to be addressed too. So that's all I've got. I just wanted to get those two things out. I'm sorry for taking up a ton more time. Chat, thank you all for all the love.
I'm glad you shared.
Thank you, Amy. We really appreciate. I really appreciate you coming up and being willing to talk. Thank you very much, friend. Can we get W's in the chat for
Absolutely.
Amy? We appreciate it. Thanks.
Nice
again,
meeting you, Dennis.
All right.
Thank you,
Dennis. I mean, listen. I hope that answered some of your questions. We've had you on for almost an hour. I do maybe want to try to talk to some more people before we have to wrap up. But before we do, I just kind of want to know: did that maybe help open your mind a little bit on some of these issues, or help clarify some things?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look into the stuff that she told me. But from what she told me, yeah. Can I give one message to the audience though? This is what I was talking about while she was trying to look that thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the people on the right come on here and they get overly emotional, and I know it makes you mad when they do that and they won't answer your questions. Like, it's this simple. Like, we had a respectful conversation, excuse me, on something that we don't necessarily agree on.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there was no arguing, there was no fighting, there was no screaming. Like, what the audience needs to, man the fuck up. Like, be respectful, and you will get the respect that you put out. But yeah, that's all. That's all I want to say. I'll let you get on to another caller, Matt. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you also being respectful, especially with Emmy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I hope you feel better.
You too.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Right. Looks like another call here. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I am 40 years old, and I am from Texas.
Okay. If you just give me 1 second, I'm going to place you on a brief hold, and then we'll get to it, okay?
All righty.
Thank you. Guys, thanks for hanging with us. We probably got about 45 minutes left, give or take. So, probably about 45 minutes left, I would say. Do us a couple of favors. Please, guys, can we run up our friends' numbers over here? Erika and Nemo, I would appreciate that before we wrap up. I would appreciate if you guys would do those things. Also, if you want to help out with the live goal over here, that would be great. You can find additional support links in our bios over on the tube. You can send me a super chat if you'd like. You can also find links for additional support down in the description. Please make sure that you're subscribed to me, to Nemo, and to Erika. You can find Nemo and Erika's links right down here in the description as well. Okay? I appreciate you guys being here. Let's see. Caller, thank you for waiting a moment. So you said you're 40 in Texas. Why do you still support Donald Trump?
Okay, so am I live with you now?
Yes.
Oh, why do I still support Trump? I think he's the best president in my lifetime. I think he cares about America. He cares about the well-being of this country. Definitely as a construction worker, and, people have different numbers. I personally think it's around 40% of the construction industry is illegal immigrants, and I would like to see them deported so I can get more money and be more valuable in my field. You got to close the borders.
So
you can't have everybody and their mama coming through here.
Okay. So just want to double check. So the one thing that you're happy about right now is you think that deporting people will help you. Is that correct?
It's not one thing, but yes, closing the borders and deporting the illegals. Yes, I am all about that.
Okay. Well, that was because when I asked what do you support, that was the thing. So, okay. Great. Well, I have great news for you. Every single study that's ever been done basically shows that that's completely false. There's no such thing as those people taking your jobs or driving wages down. In fact, they only do the opposite.
Yeah. As somebody that's done construction my whole life,
I understand that you have a lot of anecdotal stories, and that's great. But in actual data,
and you do realize that
I
every study is not 100% correct,
sir,
right?
I'm so sorry. I was literally in the middle of talking, and I understand that you have a bunch of anecdotes from your own life. We all do. We all have anecdotes. I could share anecdotes with you also, but I'm going off of 40, 50 years of multiple economic studies done by multiple different academic institutions, done by the U.S. government, that would prove you completely wrong. So I'm telling you that the data says completely differently. They don't cut in to people's wages. They don't take jobs from Americans.
Okay, is it my turn to talk?
Well, see, I stopped talking, so that would be your
cue. Okay, sure. Okay. Well, I don't believe that because I can give you several anecdotes. So, first of all, it's just kind of common sense, right? As a business owner,
I'm so sorry. I'm going to time out. I'm going to stop you. If we're going to have this conversation, the two things we're not going to do are it's just common sense, and I have anecdotal stories for you. What we do is we deal in facts, information, sources. So if you'd like to make a point, you're going to need to prove that with verifiable information, sir.
Oh, okay. So you gotta want to control the conversation. I'm talking.
It's
to
not.
you
I'm
'cause
not
a
about
real
controlling
person.
the sir. It's not about controlling the conversation. It's about providing studies. It's about providing factual information. If you like, can you see my screen right now?
No, I'm just talking on the phone.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll put some stuff up on the screen. You can certainly scroll back and look at it, but I can provide for you the studies that would back up my claims. I can give you one. So there's a good one from Pew Research. There's a good one from the Cato Institute. There's a good one from Penn, University of Penn. There's a good one from UC Berkeley. There's a good one from the BLS, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. But my question for you is, do you have a study that would prove what you're claiming?
Well, first of all, I'm just a regular guy. I don't like search and research stuff all day. I go to work. Got 4 jobs going on. I'm just telling you this from my perspective. So, from a company's perspective, right? Why would the company pay me more if they could have somebody do the same job for less? Don't you think that's something a company would do if they could get away with it? So, if you have more people in the country that are illegal and that are willing to work for less, companies will pay those people less, regardless of their immigration status, so they can make more money. That's where it comes and hurts me.
Are you a business owner?
No, I'm not a business owner. I work for a business, though. I worked for construction companies my whole life, and I've seen companies hire people for less money and not hire citizens because they would have to pay the citizens a living wage. Now,
Are you
you
saying
can
that
give
they're
me all the
hiring-
studies.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't give you studies. We're gonna just use your claims on this one. So, you've seen companies hire illegal immigrants, as you put it.
I know. I've seen it. I've been there and I've seen it. In fact, you know,
Okay.
there was a company, I think it was Tyson Food Company in Illinois or something. They went and they fired
food
like
company.
1,100 of their American workers, and then the next week they went and hired 1,500 illegals for less money.
That's a food company. You were talking about construction just now.
Well, construction, food, same premise. Can you hire somebody
Same
for
premise.
less, and so the company can make more money?
I worked in food for a hot minute, and I can tell you, I've only shingled one roof in my life, and there's no way in fucking hell I'm about to do construction. You can't pay me enough to do that. So, like, no, they're not the same thing, man.
Okay. Well, I do construction. I'm sorry that you're not able to handle construction. I personally am able to handle
I
construction.
love how you
doing
flexed
construction.
on that just then, dude. I was literally doing a self-deprecating remark. Like, okay, yeah, if you want to try and do the whole, like, I don't know, manhood thing, go for it, dude. I'm just saying, you're bitching about the fact that there are people that are willing to work for less. That sounds like a skill issue to me.
Also, the thing that you just claimed is false. That's not a thing that happened. I just fact-checked you.
Which thing was that?
The Tyson thing is not true.
Well, I don't know, man. It seemed pretty true to me. I read it in the newspaper. Maybe it's not the right name because I just read stuff.
So
I
read
go
in the
about my day.
newspaper that a national corporation knowingly fired Americans, 1,000 of them or so, and then replaced them with a bunch of undocumented workers illegally, and nothing happened to them?
Oh, well, eventually they had to fire all the illegals and rehire Americans. That's what happened to them eventually.
Except for the fact that of course, that never actually happened.
Well, I can find you the story.
I know it's fine. I actually have my computer right in front of me, and I just double-checked, and that's not a thing. Now, what you might be talking about is the fact that in one plant in Perry, Iowa, Tyson Foods took in some asylum seekers and gave them jobs, but it was not at the expense of American citizens.
Also, asylum seekers aren't illegal immigrants. They're literally asylum seekers, which is, it's legal to seek asylum.
Yep. So that's just made up.
All right. Well, either way, my thing is you got to keep.
No. I'm sorry. It's not either. I'm sorry. It's not either way. That is literally a falsity that's been repeated. It's not true. It was easily verifiable, by the way, with a 10-second Google search, because I had never heard of it. So I was like, wow, I'm going to check this, and Of course, it's just not true.
Well, I believe it's true. I mean, I'm sure I could find it if I was, focus my
Can
time
I
into
ask?
research and
Can
stuff.
I ask you
But
a question?
let me
sir?
continue.
Can
All right,
I ask you?
go ahead.
First of all, can I ask your
All right,
name? Because I don't like you can give me any name you like, but just a name that
okay,
I can
all right.
call you.
My name is Mo. My name is Mo.
Okay, Mo. So,
Yep.
how do you have a job then, Mo?
I mean, I have a job because I got a skill and I'm good at what I do.
Okay, but you said that they can fire anybody and replace them with a cheaper illegal immigrant, right?
Yeah, they could.
Okay, so how come you have a job? If any company can do this, and companies will do it because it's cheaper, how do you have a job?
Well, I have a job because, probably because they didn't get to let in the 100 million illegals that they wanted to. I mean, me personally, like, I'm always going to have a
Do
job.
100
But what I'm saying is,
sorry, do
what I'm
100
saying
million
is,
people work in the US construction industry? Is that what?
do 100 million people work in the U.S. construction industry? Is that the question?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how many work in the construction industry, but I do know the more cheap labor you bring in at the bottom, the more money that comes down from the top. So, you're
But
flooding
if
the
they
market
don't
with
care,
cheap labor.
okay, but if they don't care about skills, which you're presumably claiming they don't, because you're saying that anyone can be fired and they can just hire an illegal migrant, an undocumented migrant to do that job instead, then my question to
Which
you
they do,
remains,
and they
how do
do.
you have a job?
I mean, I do have a job, but I would have more money if they would stop flooding the market with cheap labor.
Well,
I guess
surely
I should have
not,
said it
because
like that. I probably should have
hang
said it
on a
like
minute,
that.
that doesn't make, just on a common sense, just using our common sense as grown adults, right? That doesn't make sense. Because
Okay,
you're
all right.
both saying, hang on a minute, you're both saying that you have a skill that other people don't have, and therefore that's why you still have a job, because you have skills that other people don't have. If you have skills that people don't have, then they can't employ someone for less money than you to do your job instead, because presumably that person doesn't have that skill. So just in common sense terms, if you have skills that other people don't have, you would not be able to command any more or any less than you currently do, because you already have skills that other people don't possess.
All right, well, let's put it like this, right? Let's say we have a roof to build, right? And there's 10 people that they need to build this roof, right? And they're 10 Americans, right? And they'll build that roof for $100 a day, right? So that's $1,000, right? Now, let's say you have 10 illegals that come in here and build that roof for $70 a day, right? Who's gonna what are you gonna pay? You're gonna pay $1,000. You're gonna pay $700.
Well, you're gonna pay. I would imagine, legal, like citizens or legal migrants over undocumented migrants, because they require skills. You can't. I have
Okay,
never
no, I'm
done.
asking you though. I'm asking you though.
Stop.
You though. You as
Stop.
the right.
I'm
You can get the
answering your question.
roof done for
I'm just
30%
answering.
less. Which price are you gonna go
I'm
with?
sorry. I'm sorry. You just asked me a question, did you not?
I did ask you a question.
Right. So can you do me the? Oh, hang on. The dog's going mad.
Yeah, and I'll answer. I'll happily answer that question. Your premise is flawed, because what you're trying to do is you're just trying to say, well, if it's cheaper, somebody automatically goes for the cheaper price. That's not always true. A lot of times people care about different things. There may be materials involved. They may fear that the outcome may be cheaper. A lot of times people don't just automatically go for the lowest bid, especially in construction. In fact, if you know anything about construction bids, you very rarely go for just the cheapest bid, right?
I'm not saying it's a total factor, but it's a huge factor.
But you literally just said, you literally just presented the option of, well, it's this one's cheaper. Which one are you going to go with? And that's not how construction bids work. Even when you get work done on your home, and I've owned 3 homes and renovated all 3 of them by myself, so I know at least a thing or two. I might not be in construction, but I've done a lot of construction bids and worked with a lot of contractors. So I'm going to tell you right now that I've never just gone with the lowest price just because it was the lowest price. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is one area where undocumented people will come in and undercut someone else. And do you know what that is? The only area where they can do it? That's in the complete no-skill job market for people without high school diplomas or GED equivalents. That means that you have to be in a job that requires basically zero skill. Like you're picking berries in a field in the 100-degree sun, or you're washing dishes, okay? In those jobs, in those jobs,
that's not true,
if
though.
you have, it's literally true. Again, this is where those things. Hey bud, listen. I hate to break it to you, but
I hate to break it to you.
Hey
You
bud,
tell-
hey
you
bud,
think-
hey
you
bud.
know, you
Listen,
think
I
there's
wish you
not
would stop
electricians out
interrupting
here?
me. I wish you would stop fucking interrupting me because I've
I
actually
wish you would
studied
stop.
this.
I wish you would stop.
I have actually studied this, and I'm not just going off of my fucking feelings, okay? The studies
I'm going
show,
off of visual
and if
proof.
you would listen to what I am saying, I'm actually throwing you a bone and proving part of your point. If you would not be stupid for a fucking second, I'm actually helping you.
Okay. Well, you're telling me that.
So
that
if you could shut the fuck up, so if you could shut the fuck up, then that would be great. Thank you. Anyways, so there is one area.
Are you gonna hurry up? Come on, man. Let's get to the point, bro. Come on. Come on. Get to the point. I'm letting you talk. Make it quick. Come on. Get to the point of what you're trying
I'm
to say.
so sorry. Is it your name above my head on this show? I didn't see your name, Mo.
Oh,
I guess
you got a high
here
Get to the point,
what we're
dude.
doing now.
Get to the point. Get to the point of what you're trying to say.
No, I think that what you need to do is calm the fuck down and don't tell me what the fuck to do.
All right, I'll just hurry up. Just put them.
No, I will not hurry the fuck up. I'll do whatever the fuck I want in my own fucking time, and if you don't like it, hang up the fucking phone because you're not smart enough for this fucking conversation.
Why are you
hang
so
up the
upset,
phone because you're too fucking stupid to handle a normal
I'm trying
conversation.
To get to the point.
Yes,
I'm
because
to
you
hear
have
what
fucking
you're trying to say.
because you have a fucking attention span of a fucking seagull.
Dude, you could have already
because
said
you're
it
an
by now.
idiot.
I don't have 4 hours.
You have the attention span of a fucking seagull. Hang up the phone.
And you have the emotional intelligence of a 2-year-old.
Mine. That's you.
All right. Get to what you're trying to say.
No, I'm not going to now because you're
don't
too
even know what
fucking
you're trying
stupid.
To,
Nope. Hang up the phone.
Why are you not allowed to hang up? Let's have a stare. Let's have a stare.
Are you familiar with how phones work?
You can do it. Hit that
Pretty
big red
sure.
button.
Hang up.
Hang up the phone.
No, why don't you hang it up, bro?
Hang up the
Why
phone.
don't you just finish what you were trying to say? You were trying to say something about berry pickers.
Because
and,
you don't want to. Because you won't fucking listen. Because all you want to do is fucking interrupt when you have zero fucking information outside of your own fucking little sphere of I know what I'm talking about because I have anecdotal evidence when I literally am talking about information for the entire fucking country for the last 40 or 50 years. But you are like, well, I know what I'm talking about because I know a guy who did a thing once. That's you.
Well, okay, first of all, and with you,
no one cares. 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 No one
cares. All these studies,
no one fucking cares. No one fucking cares.
Are you saying these studies are
no
facts?
one fucking
You know what I mean?
cares what you have to say.
Finish what you were trying to say, bro. Finish what you were
Are
trying
you
to say.
going to interrupt me
I'm
again?
here trying to have an on. I mean, if
you're trying to have an honest conversation, stop interrupting people.
Okay, but just pick it up a little bit, bro.
No,
come on, man.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Don't
bro.
tone police me and don't interrupt me. Just sit there and shut the fuck up for a minute, and then I'll be done. I know that you're laughing because you're not prepared for this conversation. I know that you know that you're fucking cooked.
Bro, I talk about this shit all day, every day with everybody. Bro.
No, you don't.
Like,
no, you don't. You literally have never talked to anyone as intelligent or as prepared as we are, and you know it, and you're fucked.
Who told you you were intelligent?
Your mom last night.
Okay, all right. Cool.
Anyways,
You
the point.
You're gonna go back to the
Anyways,
monologue.
anyways. We'll
Anyways,
see
go
if
ahead.
you can be a fucking adult for 5 fucking seconds and shut the fuck up while I explain this to you.
I just started the timer.
We'll see. Nope. See, you already lost. Look at you. We'll see if you can be an adult for 5 fucking seconds and shut the fuck up now while I explain something to you. Okay, so.
Go ahead.
Nope, you already lost again. Okay, wow. We'll start over. We'll see if you can be an adult for 5 fucking seconds while I explain this to you. So, the only area where the phenomenon that you are pointing out does exist to a very small degree, and when I say to a small degree, I mean less than 1%. It has a less than 1% effect on wages, but it does have the effect of depressing wages between 0.4 and 0.7% on jobs that are no skill. So, if you have no high school degree, no GED equivalent, and you're doing something such as picking fruit in a field or washing dishes, a job that requires no skill, those are the jobs where wages are depressed. In every single other field where undocumented people work, there is no evidence, zero, that they depress wages. There is no study that has ever been done that would prove your point. And if you think that taking them out of the workforce would make things better, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because what they do is they keep costs down, because 40% of all farm workers in this country, and by the way, that's a low estimate, 40% of all farm workers in this country are undocumented people. If we got rid of them, our food costs would skyrocket. 40% of all farm workers, 30%, more than 30%, are in the dairy and the meat industry. So if we got rid of them, the prices for those things would skyrocket too. So not only are they not depressing wages, but if we got rid of them, the prices for other shit would raise by an exponential amount. Our economy would crash. So there's a twofold reason not to get rid of those people. And the thing is that you're doing is you're just running off your fucking feelings because you have zero information to actually back up your point. Do you understand now?
All right, see, there you're actually wrong, because Steve, here's you started off.
What source do you have that would prove me wrong? No, because I want a fucking source. No, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. I know you did, and here's what's going to happen. And here's what's going to happen. And here's what's going to happen. You know why? Because all I want is no. Because here's what's going to happen. And here's what's going to happen. And here's what's going to happen.
Can I respond, bro?
You can after I explain this to you. Yes. Here's the thing.
You spent 5 minutes.
Here's the thing that's going to happen. Hey bud, I'm just going to hang up on you. I'm just going to hang up on you because I'm really tired of this.
Go ahead, bro, because you don't want to have a conversation. That's all you do.
I am just going to hang up on you because here's the thing. No, because here's the thing. No, because I'm trying to explain something. I will let you respond. I will let you respond if you stop talking. Here is the thing. I will let you respond, but first, if you're going to say that I am wrong, you have to provide a factual source that would prove me wrong. It can't just be,
right, buddy,
shut the fuck up and listen to me.
Don't leave your basement, dude.
All right, fine. I'm not going to do it. You're on hold, and you can rewind this and you can listen. I also own a business. I know exactly what. Oh wait, you don't own a business. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You don't own a business. You're just a working schmuck. Okay, so you don't really know what you're fucking talking about. I forgot that. Okay, so because of that, I realize that you're very myopic and you're very short-sighted and you don't understand how a lot of things work, especially in microeconomics. Okay, I understand that. I'll give you a pass on that one. But you can't sit here and say, in my experience or with common sense or whatever the fuck it may be, you have to provide actual fucking data to back up what you are saying. It doesn't work because the simple thing here is you'll say something and you're like, well, I know this, I know these people, and in my experience, blah, 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 blah. Great. And then I could say the same thing, countering you, and say, well, my buddy owns a construction company and he sees the exact opposite. And then who's right? We're at an impasse. That's why we use third-party data to verify this information. Hopefully, what you'll do is you'll rewind this and you'll watch it and you'll understand it, since you couldn't shut up for 2 fucking seconds to understand what I was trying to ask you for. Because whatever response you're about to give is going to be you just fucking bloviating about something you did or a friend did or a business you own. Ready? Here we go.
You still there?
Sure, give us your bullshit answer.
All right. Well, again, okay, you're wrong because you're saying that the only fields impacted are very low-skilled jobs like farm workers and all that stuff. What about truck drivers? What about electricians? What about HVACs? What about equipment operators? There's a lot of middle-class jobs that are being undercut by illegal immigration. And you know what? I'm a construction worker.
Prove it.
I'm not a researcher. I'm not
Prove
a
it.
studier.
Prove it.
What else do I need
Prove
to
it.
prove? How do I prove it?
A study.
How do I prove it?
A study.
I don't do studies, bro.
I know
do
you
studies.
don't.
I swing hammers.
Show us a study.
I swing hammers, bro.
Show
I
us
swing
a
hammers
study.
And I live in the real world.
Great.
Bro.
I own a business and I own a business and I have a fucking kid. I managed
Where
to
do you
look
own a
this shit
business
up
at?
in
Where-
Boston.
You have a kid?
Yup.
You act like a kid.
Oh,
But anyway, where do you have the business at?
Oh no, really? At least I'm not on here going. At least I'm not on here going. Oh no, I don't have any fucking sources because I'm a dumbass. Anyways, are you going to give us a source for anything, or should I move on to someone who actually knows how to fucking debate? Are you going to give us a source for anything that you talk about, or are you just going to bitch and moan? Are you going to give us a source for anything? Are you going to give us a source for anything?
I can show you results of things.
Are you going to give us a fucking source for a single goddamn thing that you're saying?
No, if you want me to cite somebody's article or study, then no, that's not going to happen.
There you go. So you have nothing. You're just fucking talking out of your fucking ass. Good job.
And it seems like you are too, because it seems like your
except for the fact that I actually have the sources, and you keep saying your sources are wrong. But how are my sources wrong if you have no sources to refute them?
Well, I'm going to tell you something, brother. I really don't give.
How
a shit
are my
about,
sources wrong if you have no sources to refute them?
Well, I'm gonna because.
How are my sources wrong if you have none to refute them? How would you know that they're wrong? That logic is so flawed, I think even someone as fucking stupid as you understands how fucking stupid that is. Don't you?
You know what? You know what? You're actually right, because that logic.
I know I'm actually right. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate you.
Matt, I would just like you to know that unicorns have turned up in my backyard and they have turfed out the elves that used to tend my garden, and they have taken over their jobs because they get because the unicorns don't charge as much to do the garden. I just want you to know that. And you have to believe me because I said it's true.
Okay.
Goddamn one horns. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something that sounds vaguely like a slur for unicorns.
They took our jobs.
Took our jobs.
Those the Rainbow Riders. Man, that that sounds a little too close to what maybe a real slur would be. I don't like that. Never mind. I don't like that.
To be fair, gardening is actually really hard for unicorns because they only have hooves, whereas elves have whole ass hands with opposable thumbs. They can grip tools. Unicorns are just using the horn to do all the work, you know? It's tricky.
I don't know. That was.
I was trying to come up with a Lord of the Rings joke, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it in real time.
Oh man.
Hang on, somebody just told me that gnomes are really good workers and are very cheap. So let me just make a phone call.
Oh, gnomes? Oh. All right, guys, let's see. Maybe we can talk to one more Trump supporter. I said we were going to wrap at 5. Maybe we can talk to one more Trump supporter. Let's see.
Christy gnomes.
I did have a Christy gnome working for me, but I had to fire her, sadly.
That's racist.
No reason. She's gone on to do bigger and better things, is all I'm going to tell you. I've made up another job for her elsewhere. She's going to go do that.
In every video that I did, when the subtitles came up, I left gnome GNOME in a couple of times just because I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Because I wanted to. I thought it was great.
That is good.
Sorry, Nemo. No, you go ahead.
That is lawn phobic. Okay.
Need to
gnomes should
that.
be allowed to be on your yard. What's wrong with gnomes? Huh? You got a problem with that? Okay. They're big lots. Okay. You know, get them on sale.
Nemo,
right?
what part of the flag is pro gnome? I need to know where. Do they have an entirely separate? Is that an entire separately section? No, that's a whole thing.
Guys, I need to figure that out.
Someone's gonna clip that, and they're gonna be like, "See, the left. Look at. God damn it."
I don't think gnomes are represented in the flag, but their husbands might possibly be.
Damn. Heyo. Erika.
That saved that one. Damn, that was good.
Oh my god, amazing.
He's got more things in common with gnomes because much like how gnomes are spelled with a G, he likes G cups.
Oh man, why don't I have a?
And he is also silent about it.
Heyo. I need a rim shot. Why don't I have a rim shot?
Excuse me? I need what?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else. I just heard.
I also thought he said it for half a second. Yeah. No, it's okay. I definitely thought.
You guys. God damn it.
Proximity to cross-dressing gnome man, okay?
Totally separate note. We are all Oslo. We are all Oslo, K-Cats. On a totally separate note, I took my daughter to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie on Wednesday. And that was fucking delightful. Like, absolutely fucking delightful. I encourage you guys to go see it. It was a fun movie, and I needed something just fun, and we had an absolute blast. The great thing is that we had played over the last two the last year, I should say. Over the last year, we played the two games. So we played Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2. So we played them together, and she was super, super fucking excited because it was kind of like a thing that she knows. And so going in, she was just like totally geeked out. She got all the references that they were throwing out there, the music, the whole thing. It was very fun. I was very I think it was her first time seeing a movie where she was just super excited because there were references built in to things that she understood, and she really liked that a whole fucking lot. One thing I had to explain to her, though, and I'll just say this isn't really giving anything away, in the movie is there's one point when they go to a information desk, and if you're as old as me, you'll laugh because they go to this information desk and there's a robot working the information desk, and the robot is Rob. It's a Rob robot. And for those of you who don't know Rob the robot, this is Rob the robot, which existed in the late 1980s and was bundled as an original NES accessory, but it was like only available for a very short period of time. It was one of those things, like, I think you saw it on commercials as a kid and you were like, oh, wow, I bet that's really cool. I didn't know anyone who had one. I just want to say I didn't know personally anyone who had one, and I always thought it would be really cool. And then I found out later on that they were fucking terrible, and they could only move like really slow, and they didn't work very well, and so they basically just stopped supporting them and discontinued them. And it is like really like Wall-E's twin. It's like Rob walked so Wall-E could run. Okay, or more technically, Rob stayed completely stationary because Rob couldn't move. In that it couldn't move like forwards and backwards or side to side. So it could just kind of like turn and do different stuff. So anyways, I fucking lost it when Rob showed up in the movie. And my daughter was like, what's so funny? Like, why? I was like, I'll explain it later. It's fine. It's great. So I thought it was great. Anyways, that was my geek out moment in the movie.
I just want to say thank you to Mischievous for sending me £4.62. Thank you, Mischievous. There was no note apart from Mischievous, so thank you.
I think actually, hold on. I may have one as well. Hold on. Oh,
read it in a Dean Withers style, Nemo.
What's a Dean Withers style? I don't know.
You got a really big, really, really excited about it, please.
I'll tell you what. I'll do one. I could do one I don't have one, but I could do one in a Dean Withers style. I don't have one, but I could do one.
Bring it on.
I do one like from earlier. Guys, we need big W's in the chat. Big W's in the chat for Linnea. For the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Linnea. Big W's in the chat. Can we get all the W's in the chat for Linnea? Thank you so much, Linnea. All the W's in the chat. Like kind of like that.
That wasn't exciting enough. No.
What?
Shall I redo mine in the style of Dean?
That was that was pretty fucking good.
Can I redo mine in the style of Dean Withers?
God damn it! All right. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to Mischievous who sent me £4.62. I would like 1,000 W's in chat. Chat 1,000 W's right now for Mischievous for the £4.62.
No, too much. No, too much to it. No. See, I need to say no. Look, I'm going to say thank you. Look, this too much for that. You got to go bigger. That's why I did a bigger amount. As I was like, you got to go because he does it bigger for the bigger amounts.
Listen, everybody, the chat is saying I got it and that I'm accurate, spot on.
Whatever.
You know.
All right. Somebody, wait, hold on. I got this. All right. Thank you to Megan. For the $2 on Venmo. Thank you, Megan. It says, read it, Dean style, LMAO. You know, I will, Megan. Thank you, Megan. W's in the chat for our friend Megan. They're like for the smaller amounts, that's more like that's more the Dean thing, you know.
Now you go, Nemo.
I suck at like faking all the excitement. I'm a very like I'm Eeyore coded in so many ways. Okay, all right, we're gonna try it. Actually, wait, hold on.
If I just want to let you know, if I'd have been Nemo right now, because my comedy brain is doing the thing, I'd have just done it completely deadpan, with nothing.
Okay, all right. Thank you to Gramingo on the Venmo, that rhymed, for the 10 American dollars, 1,000 pennies, as it were. A large number of nickels. I can't do that math in my head. Thank you. Your message was pizza, maybe, heart, heart. Well, thank you. You kick all the ass 2 times over, because there were 2 hearts, and they're vaguely resembling asses, so that's a double ass kicking. Everyone in the chat, hashtag double ass kick. Fucking awesome. Let's fucking go.
Hang on, I've just got another one. I'd like to thank Nearly for £10. Nearly says, read it in a Nemo style.
You have to include some reference to the Cold War and or
Okay.
socialism.
Okay, I'd just like to remind you all how much I love the peanut farming president and hate Ronald Reagan. Thank you.
You're goddamn right. We were this close to getting with the rest of the civilized world and getting on the fucking metric. And then Ronald Reagan comes along with his jelly beans and Alzheimer's and neoconservative bullshit, overthrowing random Latin American countries because, I don't know, reasons. And then he's like, well, actually, I don't want us to do the metric system because that's vaguely European. So actually, Mr. Gorbachev, fuck that metric system. I don't want to move the decimal point. I want to adhere to some broken ass backwards system from our forefathers. Even though we like to pretend that we're totally not like the British, we still use imperial. We just call it something else. We call it U.S. standard because we're narcissists.
You guys.
That was all Neely's fault. I want to point that out right now.
Yeah,
that was not my fault.
Sure, that was
Matt.
Neely's fault, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say, because we're going to end pretty soon, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you want to play this and then very quickly play the Melania video that you were going to play?
Yes.
Right at the beginning.
Yes, I would like to do both of those. Thank you. So somebody had messaged me on Discord and asked if there was a video of, because they had never seen this Rob the robot before. This is a commercial I distinctly remember as a child.
When you get hold of the Nintendo Entertainment System, when you master Rob the video robot, and meet the challenge of Gyromite, when you shoot the light-sensing zapper, when you play the system with so many arcade hits, you're playing with power. The Nintendo Entertainment System Deluxe Set. Batteries not included, Super Mario Brothers, and other games sold separately.
That's that was about how fast Rob that was about how fast Rob moved. Just FYI.
My husband is a legal immigrant.
Whoa, no one cares.
Oh dear.
Everybody listen to me.
Okay, so this is I sent this to Erika. And I think this is fucking funny. They're making fun of Melania, and this is fucking great. Enjoy.
Everybody listen to me. I've never been friend with Jeffrey, okay?
Totally. I totally have no idea what you said. But hey, is this you?
It's possible for two people to go to same party. I don't know him. It's in my book.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, who gave her a microphone? It's like every paragraph is a fucking survival challenge.
This is not fair. It's very disrespectful.
Thank God for the fucking subtitles. Somebody find that guy. Give him a fucking raise.
Donald and I do not know him. We don't do.
What the fuck are you talking? Your words are doing parkour.
The mean Democrats are defaming my reputation.
This is why they like Kid Rock, because when you play it after this shit, it kind of sounds like fucking music.
Jeffrey didn't introduce me to Donald. I met him by chance. It's documented. It's in my book.
Hey, does your book fit in your suitcase? Maybe you should pack it up and get the fuck out of here. Just follow me.
That's the creator. You can see it on the screen, and here I'll put it in the chat. Drew B. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
And I want to say I also sent Matt a message saying your words are doing parkour. If I'd have heard that prior to the guy that was on last night who was doing the Iran, Egypt, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Israel, like his words were doing fucking parkour. Like parkour on a grand fucking scale all over the Middle East.
Parkour.
Yeah. He was river dancing. It just happened to be the Tigris and Euphrates as opposed to whatever the river that the Irish do. I don't know.
All right. I got, before we wrap up,
It's the Liffey. It's the one that runs through Dublin, the Liffey.
Becca says I have to read one like Nemo. Also, you guys, you gotta give me a little bit more, give it more of like a message. I gotta come up with something.
Oh wait, were you about to? I thought that was you.
No, I gotta read it like you. This is. Thank you to Becca on the Green app for the $3. You said your turn to read like Nemo. Thank you, Becca.
It's like a cross between a evening news anchor and Obama.
I'm Walter Cronkite. I don't know. I was like, yeah. Thank you.
Matt mentioned nothing about the Cold War.
So,
it's true.
When he's just reading them off, listen, guys, when he's just reading them off, I mean, like, come on.
Gotta do a deeper voice.
Are you Sling Blade, Erika? What the fuck?
I might be.
You might be. Oh boy.
I like taters and mustard. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. We'll call this thing. We got a good just about 4 hours in. This has been a rollicking afternoon. We appreciate you guys being here.
Before we
got
end,
one more.
I got a couple. So
go.
Mischievous, this is from earlier. Thank you for the Cash App very much. Thank you very much. That was nice. Kayla, thank you for the Venmo. You said, please say thank you as Marcus the Worm. Who is Marcus the Worm? I'm probably about to be canceled for not knowing that. I just lost all my street cred.
I don't know who that is. Does Erika, do you know who that is?
I have no idea. I know that worms generally can't talk, so But I don't know Marcus specifically, no.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Yep, I am not familiar with this thing at all. I am uncultured. I do apologize. I failed you. Neely, thank you for the memo. You said, "Can you read this as a Matt crash out, please?"
Oh, I'm looking
Fuck.
forward to this.
Neely, ma'am, Neely, you want me to read this as a Matt crash out? Good day, sir. Scratch that. Good day, ma'am. Because I'm on the left, I will address you correctly. Feminism is based.
You had to say the word fuck more in that.
Fuck!
There we go. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Fuck you, Neely. In the best way. Not at all. Not all in hate. All in love. Fucking fuck. Boo-doo-doo. And that was 666. So, Hail Satan, Lucifer the Morning Star. And also earlier, I saw a message in the chat. Kelly, you had an interesting spelling of your name. I'm pretty sure it's Kelly. Okay. You said you were in third grade when Carter lost to Reagan, and I sympathize because when I was in third grade, 9/11 happened. So I feel like, similar things. Yeah. It was like a moment in American history that, could have went a different way.
Very similar. All right, guys. Let's wrap things up. Erika, why don't you pick where we're gonna raid? Why don't you pick? You pick, and while you take a look, let's remind everybody, if you're over on the tube, please do us a favor and subscribe. Not just to me, but to Nemo and to Erika. You can find their links right down here in the description. At the same time, would like it if you guys could follow all of us. Follow myself and Nemo and Erika. Erika's private, but she'll accept you at some point after the fact, assuming that you're not a minor or a total fucking creep. Don't be either of those things. If you are a minor, stop trying to talk to and or follow adults on the internet. Don't do that shit. If you want, join up on Nemo's Discord. You can find a link in his link tree or in mine. It's a great spot. It's a great spot to be. When will we be on together again? Well, Mark, Eric, and I, we do Friday afternoons, right? But Nemo and I will be back on Monday evening, 10 o'clock. It's going to be special. We're doing our very first Q&A with a political candidate, with our friend Matt Gromlich out of Louisiana's 4th. He is running in the... Hi, Olive. Hi, friend. He's running for... he is running for the Democratic primary right now, but we're hoping he'll get past the Democratic primary and that he can make it to face off with Mike Johnson in the general. And who knows? Who knows what will happen? Is it an uphill battle? Sure. Did Trump win the district by like plus 28 or something like that? Absolutely. Have crazier things happened in this election cycle? Maybe. Sort of. Kind of. So, things keep going the way that they're going. You never know. So join us for that. That'll be the first hour of Monday night. Then we'll do Nemo and I will do normal debates and we'll do normal stuff. But I really think that you guys aren't going to want to miss this. This is going to be really cool and really different. And Matt's gained a lot of steam. So I think it's going to be really neat. Erika, where do you think? Where should we go?
Well, you did two things right there. You both called me to do something while I was in the middle of peeing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And you also picked the only other person here who doesn't have a second device on hand. But the comments are telling me that Crystal is live.
Okay.
So should we go visit Crystal?
We shall. Let me just double check though which account she is on, because
that's a great point, Nearly. At least I muted this time. That is a great point.
Ooh, ouch. She's on the Dolly Knoxville. Okay. So she's on that account. I just popped it down there. Guys, one more last thing real quick is make sure you're following Nemo and Erika, like I said. And look for them throughout the rest of the day, throughout the rest of the evening, throughout the rest of the weekend. Just because I'm not on hosting with either of them doesn't mean that they're not on, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't be supporting them wherever you find them on the TikTok streets, okay? So just as a friendly reminder, please support our friends wherever they may be, wherever you see them, okay?